Good morning. I'm starting a couple minutes early. Sue me. Kidding. I'm Alternator. Welcome to my channel. Why am I shiny? Hope I'm not. I put powder on. Thanks, Carmen. Yeah. I see Gabby is here. Good morning, Gabby. Where's my bacon? Hello, George. And Carmen. Thank you, guys. I used a new shampoo today. Guess who's not in court? Judge Wolf. But guess who is in court? Judge Fleischer. And he's got an interesting one coming up today. It's a pro se, and it's an interesting one. I've been kind of following it all week, but because he doesn't have a YouTube channel and I've been kind of messing around with recording it, I don't have it. What I've kind of gathered is this guy's been ordered to stay away from, I think, a business, and he will not. Judge Fleischer went through everything with him yesterday about representing himself. He will have standby counsel there or via Zoom. I'm not sure. And he went over everything. And, I thought maybe the guy was autistic, really. So he said, have you ever been diagnosed with this? No. Are you on any medication? No. And then sometimes Judge Fleischer will ask him a question. He'll just stand there and stare at him. And then he like barely answers. So I'm just thinking we'll hang out with Judge Fleischer for a little bit. I'm going to keep an eye on Judge Wolf, but it said 9 a.m. 9 a.m. came and went. 10 a.m. thought, well, maybe they're an hour behind. 10 a.m. has come and gone, and he's still not there. I tried to find his docket. I did not find his docket, but I will end with this on Judge Wolf. He's in Tennessee. Stormy's from Tennessee. So Stormy, again, you are not allowed to take another cruise because this week has gone off the rails. And now I will unmute Mr. Fleischer, and we'll see what he's saying to this lovely fellow who looks a little nervous.
To an accident.
Okay, so there's an accident.
Correct.
Have it turned all
on the roadway. And the officers, when they approached, they noticed a strong odor of alcohol on the driver's breath, in which he admitted to having drank alcohol. They also noticed bloodshot eyes, and he was unsteady balance. And again, he said he admitted.
So the contact was that there was an accident, and that's how the officer.
You gotta wait, Carmen. You gotta wait.
And Mr. Maple, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case.
Don't know.
Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
Do you have valid liability insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or drugs, you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. You understand?
Yes, sir.
How old are you, bud?
Yes, sir.
What do you do in life?
I would be scared.
Okay,
I'm
good.
not laughing at him because I
Be
would
careful. This is going to tarnish you for a while. So just pick yourself up. Don't pick up any new cases. I want to protect the public, and I'll do everything at all costs. Do you understand, Mr. Maple? You have a lawyer. Listen to them. They will help you out. I'm going to waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court. But if they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. All right? I'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, you'll go to Janae pre-bond conditions. Then you're free to go. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Page 6, Delion, Jennifer, come on up.
Whatever you say, Judge.
Going too fast, Judge.
All right. There's a certain sequence that it goes, right? And so I just want to make sure that. All right. Jennifer De Leon.
Yes,
sir.
Ma'am, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be afforded to you. Ma'am.
Judge, on April 28,
No, I was still
2024,
blaming her.
officers were dispatched to Walmart located at 10411 North Freeway in Harris County, Texas, for a shoplifter. The complainant, the asset protection agent, Kianjola Butcher, advised the officer that she observed via video surveillance the defendant, Jennifer DeLeon, conceal merchandise into a diaper bag, pass all final points of sale, and attempted to exit the store without paying for the merchandise. The complainant stopped the defendant and recovered the merchandise from the diaper bag and identified the merchandise as belonging to Walmart, totaling approximately $245.36.
Wow.
Got it. Is
And
there
a
any prior
diaper
criminal
bag.
history? Any prior thefts? Ms. De Leon, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go back to any Walmart for any reason. You understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you go to Walmart, I will revoke your bond. I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds, man.
Yes, sir.
What do you do for a living? Do you get support for your child? Is it just the two of you?
No, I actually have 4 girls.
You have 4 children.
But check out that
Get
suit.
no support. You want to apply for an appointed lawyer, man?
I'm sorry, what's
Do
that?
you want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
Do I need one?
You're facing 6 months in jail.
All right, yeah.
Tell me, do you need a lawyer? I would think so as well. Not only that, this theft can really affect you in ways you have never considered. You ever try to apply for public assistance with a theft conviction? What do you think is going to happen?
No,
Right. Not only that, who's got custody of all 4 of your kids?
just me.
What happens if you go to jail? Who's going to take those kids?
Yeah,
Consider that next time you're out there and you're making a move, because if you go to jail, who's going to watch those kids? Right?
yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll have you get an application now. I'm going to have you go to Victoria Center, reset. Then I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions.
I'm gonna share the criminal history.
I like how he's like, do you want a lawyer? And she just stands there. Do I need one? I don't know. Do you need one?
Yeah, on De Leon, no going to Walmart.
I agree 100%. It makes so much
Hey,
easier.
Just take a seat for me 1 second. Give me a second. Oh, that's with you. Okay, sorry. Come on up. I didn't realize that you. Marky Mark, what's new, man?
Going to Derby?
Likewise. Yes,
Kenny Bunkport?
that's fine. What's the other place?
The Hamptons?
Yeah, in Kentucky.
Martha's
That's it.
Vineyard.
That's
I like that.
What's his last name?
Lindsley.
Lindsley.
I know. Did you say it's checked and then the collar?
All right, Mr. Lindsley,
Never
you're
seen a
charged
suit
with
like
driving
that.
while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. In Harris County, Texas, a traffic stop was initiated for failing to signal lane change and almost hitting the wall repeatedly. Upon stopping the vehicle, officers noticed an odor of alcohol, beverage from the defendant, slurred speech, and glazed eyes, glossy eyes.
I don't like those
Standard
glazed
field
eyes.
sobriety test was conducted, 6 out of 6 HGNs, 6 out of 8 walk and turns, and 3 out of 4 one-leg stands. DIC was read. The defendant consented to a breath, registered .148, .160. Criminal history is a DUI .08 in 2012 out of San Diego, had a probated conviction later set aside in 2016.
All right, Mr. Lindsley, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. So he does have a prior DWI.
Talking about
I'm
the
now
guy's
going to
attorney.
order you not to drive any vehicle
the
that's not
judge,
equipped with an
both.
ignition interlock. Do you understand? If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock, I'll put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. I don't care who you have representing you. No alcohol. Do you understand?
Sure.
So if you can file that, please. All right. You have a lawyer. Listen to him. He will take care of you. My only concern is the public safety. That's the only thing I care about, nothing else. As long as you can abide by these conditions, you and I will be fine. Otherwise, we'll be mortal enemies and you're going to be on the losing end of it. You understand? All right. I'll have you go to Victoria. We're going to have you sign a reset. You'll get with Janae for your bond conditions, then you're free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Judge, next is.
Oh, and the guy that we're waiting for,
Case 18 Mendoza.
his name
Carlos
is
Mendoza.
Areola. Or sometimes they pronounce it Areola, but they pronounce it both ways, and I'm not sure. Okay. Just adds to it. That's not him.
Are you Carlos Mendoza
Molina Mendoza. Good morning. Good morning, Mom.
Molina, right? I have two Mendozas, that's why. I have actually two Carlos Mendozas.
That's me.
Oh, wait, that is you.
Yeah, it's both Theft and
You're
DWI.
in trouble twice.
That's from 22.
Yeah, he needs to come up and sign conditions and then he can go.
Stormy needs to get back here, George,
He's here to
because
sign the
this
MOA
whole
and the
week
other
has been a
bond
mess
conditions.
with
That's,
her gone. It's been
it's,
awful. Nothing has
Zuberi.
gone right.
That's right.
Everything I've had planned has fell apart. Yes, Chrissy, hello. That is correct, ma'am.
Okay, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Mendoza Molina, you're charged with, first, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. You were on bond for the intoxicated case, for the driving while intoxicated. And now you've picked up another case.
Yes.
You picked up a theft.
What an idiot.
You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine on the theft case. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Okay, please,
We can probably call on the theft or the.
on the theft.
Okay, not the DWI. So on October 2nd of 2023 in Harris County, Texas, the complainant and the defendant agreed that the defendant would install a gas line for $1,300 for the complainant. Defendant told the complainant he required half of the payment up front. On October 2nd, 2023, the complainant gave the defendant $650 cash for the defendant to start performing the work the defendant committed to. Complainant stated after he paid the defendant, he never heard back from the defendant, and the defendant never performed any of the work. Complainant stated he called the defendant and left several voicemails requesting the defendant bring the CW his money back, but the defendant never replied. Complainant provided bank statements showing that he withdrew the $650 on October 2nd, 2023, and on February 8th, 2024, officers were able to speak with the defendant via telephone and question the defendant regarding the work he was to perform for the complainant. Defendant admitted to knowing the complainant and admitted to taking the $650, but stated he never heard back from the complainant. Officers explained to the defendant that if he did not return the $650 to the complainant, he would be charged with theft. The defendant stated he understood, but refused to take calls from the complainant or the officers afterwards. Complainant identified the defendant by the Texas driver's license photo from the DPS database. The criminal history in 2023, the defendant was charged.
So hold on. Let me get this straight.
Yes, sir.
You get charged with a DWI from 2022 bond forfeit. They give you another PR bond. While you're on bond, you pick up now another theft and they give you another PR bond. as if he goes with you. No, sir. I'm not going to allow you to continue to pick up cases and get PR bond after PR bond. Absolutely not. Goes with you. And I'm going to
You're going
find
to
probable
jail.
cause. I'm yanking both of your PR bonds.
Well, I went to my,
Don't. It's over. As
Bye.
if.
He's going to jail.
2016, I think, as well.
Mm-mm.
That I checked.
Judge is not happy. He's had two chances and he blew them.
Good morning.
Hi, Ramona.
You ready, Judge?
Can you go ahead and appoint him a lawyer, please? Okay, who's next?
All right, we have Perez on page 20. All right, Matthew Perez.
Come on up.
Lawyer was like, not my turn yet. I'm out.
What's the name?
Perez.
Perez.
Thank you.
You Roy Perez.
yes, sir.
Mr. Perez, you were charged with possession of marijuana. You now picked up another case. You've now picked up a terroristic threat. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
We ain't
Yes,
the
Judge,
police,
on May
George.
5th, 2024, in Harris County, Texas, the complainant stated that the defendant, who was her front door neighbor, threatened her. The complainant was beginning to unlock her door when the defendant ran up behind her, stating, "I'm going to kill you. You will die tonight." Complainant was in fear and ran back into her car and left. That's
Mr. Perez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. What's the one thing I asked you not to do when you got on bond in this court?
That's a cautionary case.
Right. What'd you do? That's right. No. Deputy, is it Garza? I got another one for you. I'm revoking your bond. You're staying with me, dude. Goes with you.
Bye.
All right, Judge, page 24. Rue, come on
Did I
up.
see what?
Hey, so
What went by?
uh, I have to remember to do bail orders on both of those. So Perez, 5,002 on the
Oh
first
yeah,
one.
he's filling it up.
I will leave
Oh,
the terroristic threat as is.
Yes,
And then who was the one
bye.
before that?
Mendoza, Marina, page 18.
I keep looking. I try to catch
Okay,
it.
so
It
I'm
hasn't
gonna
ever
leave
came
the
back.
bonds as is. I'm just gonna yank the PR and he's gotta make a surety bond on both of those. And then I will also do a bail order on those after we, I guess, finish up. Okay, good morning, man. What is your name?
English.
Rue,
Rue.
on page 24.
All right, Miss Rue, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, man.
All right, let's see what
Mr.
she did.
So officers were dispatched to a theft at Walmart, met by a complainant who stated both defendants acted in concert with each other to avoid scanning several items at the self-checkout line. The defendants walked past all points of sale, and the total value of the items stolen was $124.32.
Yeah, it's not even
Who's
worth
the
it.
co-defendant?
$124 is going to cost her a fortune. I agree. Like, it's not even worth it unless it was like food or something and you can't afford it. That's different.
Oh, goodness.
Uh-oh. Yeah, $124.
This case is from 2021. From 2020?
Looks like it's 20.
This when COVID happened.
Who?
Texas.
This case is older than Jesus.
This case is from 2020.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You have a lawyer today.
I said, not with me.
Take a seat for me in the jury box.
I think
Can
it's you Crystal
appoint a lawyer today?
Pleasant is the co-defendant, Your Honor.
Say it again.
Crystal Pleasant.
What happened on that one?
PTI.
Okay.
Oh, that was hilarious. This case is older than Jesus.
Page 2, Barnett, Alexis.
No, she's waiting. She's not dismissed yet.
Alexis Barnett, come up, ma'am.
She's a co-defendant.
Yeah.
That's what that other attorney was wearing, his little baby Jesus sandals. Oh, honey, that's
Ma'am,
not what you wear to court.
next time you come to court, you're not going to the club. Make sure that you wear appropriate attire, okay? It's not the club. Ms. Barnett, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will
Oh,
be
yeah.
used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you
He does.
cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
And he
Yes,
might.
sir. So officers were dispatched to a Honda dealership in Harris County, Texas. And the defendant was verbally trespassed by HPD earlier in the day, but not arrested. The complainant manager called again to have the defendant removed from the property. The defendant arrested the defendant for trespass at that time.
I saw somebody show up for court in a robe on Zoom. I couldn't believe the judge didn't say anything to her.
I need you to, I think she has a felony warrant.
Oh,
You mind checking,
bye.
please? This is Barnett. Do you guys see a felony warrant?
I see an MAJ on that felon possession of a weapon. Let me see.
I mean, I think it's in warrant status at no bond.
Yeah, I see the motion to adjudicate was filed May
Yes.
6th, Your Honor.
It was a robe.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I got to take you. You have a felony warrant.
I have paperwork that said if this is, which I can show you, please.
So let's take her now, and then I'm going to verify it to see, because I don't want to hold you if I don't really
Yes,
need
sir.
to.
That's why I brought
You
it.
verify if in fact that it's not valid, then I'll let you go, but
Yes, sir.
I'll get in trouble if I let an open warrant, felony warrant go. So. And I'll find PC on the trespass.
I think this Judge Simpson, Judge Middleton, which I know we haven't watched on here, Judge Bryant for sure, which we haven't watched on here, would have admonished her and told her to get off, and she could come back at a later time when she could dress appropriately for court. They don't even let people wear hats on Zoom. Because they're like, you are coming to court. Just because it's on Zoom doesn't mean you're not in court.
All right, good morning, Ms. Dixon. Ma'am, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Judge, I'm sorry, there's a co-defendant. Do you want me to call him up, please?
Sure.
Harrison Kennedy, come on up.
I mean, a lot of judges wouldn't even let you stand up there like that with your hand on your hips or your arms crossed, like you're mad and angry. They would tell you to put your arms down, like Judge Judy, uncross your arms.
Lady Harrison, ma'am, you were charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail. We're going to do probable cause. You could have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay, please.
This was Judge on May 5th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a disturbance call at the 300 block of Memorial City Way, Houston, Harris County, Texas, that later concluded as a theft shoplifting arrest. Complainant was working at the JCPenney's department store as the asset protection employee when she observed the defendant and co-defendant remove and conceal an unknown number of gift boxes containing jewelry. Complainant began watching the defendants when the defendants noticed her. She stated that the defendant then confronted her, asking why she was following them around the store. Defendants got in her face. Defendants attempted to swat her phone from her right hand, but were unsuccessful. She stated after attempting to swat the phone from her, the defendants then used their hands to grab the wig affixed to her head and pull the wig in a downward motion.
So this is to the complaining witness.
Correct. She stated she did not initially feel pain from the pulling of her wig, but shortly thereafter felt a swelling pain on the left side of her head. She stated after this occurred, the defendants did not touch her again. It said both. It states that it was both of them were pulling. It said defendants.
One has an attitude and
stated
the other
this,
one's just dancing. Look at
That
her
the defendants
smiling.
then grabbed their hands, used their hands to grab the wig.
So I see Miss Dixon is only charged with assault, right? Or she got a theft as well? No,
Dixon is just charged with assault. Your Honor, Harrison is charged
with
with
the
theft.
theft and the assault. Okay. Guys, I'm gonna find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm now ordering you not to go back to JCPenney at all for any reason. Do you understand? You've already seen what I do to people who pick up new cases. I'm not asking you much. I'm not asking you to split the atom. Don't get into trouble. Don't pick up any new cases. Do you understand? I promise you, I will do everything in my power to protect the public. And if that means putting you in jail, I'm gonna do it in a heartbeat. What do you do for a living, Ms. Dixon? What do you do for a living?
Oh, I work at Whataburger. And I work, well, I need some paperwork from y'all because I was trying to work at this daycare. I don't know.
I can't hear you. Speak louder. Come on.
I was trying to work at this daycare, almost was finished working at this daycare, but at the moment I work at Whataburger.
How much money do you make a month?
Not that much.
Who do you live with?
I don't know.
Your grandmother? Okay. You want to apply for an appointed lawyer, ma'am?
Yes,
Okay, don't get into any more trouble. No weapons and don't go back to this JCPenney and don't pick up any new cases. Do you understand?
yes.
Okay. Miss Harrison, what do you do for a living? Where do you go to school? You're in high school.
Oh, ouch.
Where do you go to high school? How old are you? You turned what?
I turned 20 on that day.
And you're still in high school.
Yes, I dropped out and I went back.
Well, good for her.
Back, get your degree. Did you get your degree or did you drop out?
I couldn't go back for other reasons, but I'm going back soon.
No. You didn't get your high school diploma. You're gonna get it now. I'm making that a condition of your bond. You better get in school or get your GED.
Good for
I'm
him.
telling you now, you can't run out in life without a high school diploma. You'll be working at Waterburg for the rest of your life, making pennies to the dollar. Life sucks without money. Trust me. You understand?
Yes.
And if you don't, at the minimum, have a high school diploma, life is gonna suck for the rest of your life. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna put you for 2 weeks and I wanna see what you've done to get back into school or get your GED. I will give you a lawyer today, Ms. Harrison. No more issues. You understand? Okay.
I've
I'm
never
gonna have you
had it.
both go to Victoria Center, reset, and then I'm gonna have you both take a seat in the jury box. I'll find you a lawyer.
Obviously, because we don't have them.
No, I'm gonna give them MAC attorneys for both. Yeah,
All right, you ready for the next one?
hold on. Deputy, do you mind giving them both applications? 'Cause I still need applications. I didn't, let me make sure.
I agree. Got money, boo-boo. Now I
Yeah, I need
understand
them
why
both
that
to
girl
fill out
was like
applications, because I don't have one.
dancing. She's in high school. She doesn't know.
So, hey, Val, you heard the conditions, right, on both of them? Do you mind, please, filing them? Yeah.
And when the one girl with her arms spoke, she didn't really have an attitude about her, but man, she looked like she had one. She has got RBF bad. Worse than me. But the other one in high school didn't look like she was taking anything very serious at all. They're just chatting, not missing anything. I still like his chair. It's like a truck driver's chair, like semi truck. Hey, truth is truth. I cannot help it. Also, nothing's still in Judge Wolf's courtroom. It's like cannot count on anybody this week except Adam Montgomery. Go figure. He showed up and he was there. Tika I wish I could fit that up. Gabby, this is what it looks like on my end. T Capone. I can see it over on the YouTube chat, but I can't do anything with that. All right. He's looking and chatting. I don't know if this Ariola is going to come in at the end. I know. Because it's a trial, not a jury trial. And he's representing himself, I guess. He changes his mind all the time. So who knows what he's gonna say today. He's the one we're waiting on. What I was talking about earlier, when all the whole conversation about boobs came up. Uh-oh.
Come on, man.
No, Flores,
249, what?
6083.
I heard 38, so Flores.
And there's Chrissy.
No, he's on the second right now. On bond from February 9th.
I have bond violations on him.
Didn't go
So-
over my head.
I don't
Okay,
see any file, but probably.
Or did your chat go over my head?
you're doing good.
No, I just said good morning.
I'm so confused.
Get ready.
That's not totally.
Ready?
Okay, so you ready?
Yeah, come on.
All right, page 9, Flores, Michael.
So they were he was just asking if this guy seriously had picked up another DWI while he's out. Yes. Areola. Yes, that part, Gabby. All right.
Flores, you were charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right, I'm sorry, it's up to. Let me see. This is the hybrid one, right? The reckless driving? Yeah, so it's up to 30 days and or a $500 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
He's
So-
sitting on his leg now, the judge. Because I do that. Bad way to sit, Judge.
This is November 26th.
This is another reckless driving.
Right now, too. On May 5th, 2024, undercover Officer viewed the defendant doing donuts in a parking lot. The officer was unable to conduct a traffic stop on the said vehicle.
Officer was able to conduct the traffic stop.
Officer was able to conduct a traffic stop.
And then what happened after that?
They arrested him for their donuts.
They observed him in the parking lot.
Does he have a Texas driver license, guys?
Banging. He's about to get in trouble, I think. I think he picked up another charge.
Not anymore. Mr. Flores, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case, and I am now taking away your privilege to drive away from you permanently. Do you understand? You will be
Wow.
signing right now an affidavit promising me that you're not going to drive. I don't care what is going on in your life. I don't care if there's a burning building and you got to rush in there with a car. You drive, you'll be facing 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? If you drove here, you may not drive home.
I guarantee he told him last time that he was there for the first thing, that if he did that, he would permanently take his license away. And he did it. And he is.
Do you mind filing no driving, please, guys? I'm gonna have you come up
Permanently.
here, swear to us that you're not gonna drive. After that, I'm gonna get you Victoria. We're gonna have you sign a reset. After that, I'm gonna have you take your seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. I admonished you last time. If this ever happened again, that I would take your privilege to drive away from you permanently. Now that has happened, I'm telling
Wow.
you, if I find that you drive for any reason, I don't care. You will be doing a substantial amount of time in jail. You understand me? Don't think it's trivial, because I've held many people in contempt for doing this very same thing. Come on.
I have a feeling he will see him again. What about you guys?
Flores, Sarah. Page 9.
That guy was young to not have his driving privileges anymore at all.
Feel free to go.
I don't think he believed him, Gabby, is my guess.
Page 9.
I don't think he's gonna get caught.
Sarah.
Sarah
gonna
Amber
try it again.
Flores, Miss Flores, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a
Hey, Christine,
$4,000
how you
fine
doing
because of the
today?
high blow. It means you're facing
Good to
a
see
year.
you.
We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, man.
On May 5th, 2024, deputies were dispatched to the Spring Reception Hall in Harris County, Texas, in reference to a disturbance. Defendant arrived to a quinceanera after the bartender advised them that they would no longer be serving them alcohol due to both being intoxicated. The two decided to leave. The two decided that the defendant would drive. The defendant got behind the wheel and a rider got in the passenger side. The defendant was driving a light colored Lexus bearing Texas plate TZJ 9812. The witnesses observed the defendant speeding away from the reception hall at approximately 12:33. Aguirre had not closed the door to the vehicle. As the defendant made a left turn to exit the parking lot, Aguirre fell out of the vehicle, striking his face against the cement.
Wow.
Wait. Did he
die?
How did that happen? He didn't get pushed out though?
No, so they were getting in the car, but before he was able to get in and close the door, she
Okay.
took off speeding and turned the corner, and he fell out of the door because the door was never closed.
Wow. Do we know what kind of injuries? I hope that's not substantial.
Well, it was, so fell out of the vehicle, striking his face against the cement. The defendant was stopped from leaving and detained. Deputies.
Can you imagine if there had been a death? You know what you would be charged with? Go ahead.
So, the deputy Hunt arrived on the scene and interviewed the defendant who admitted to drinking
I didn't mean to put that up.
12-ounce beer while at
And then this.
SFSP was done. 6 out of 6 HGNs. Walk and turn was terminated because the defendant was unable to listen and stop the test. one leg stand, and test, one leg stands. Defendant stated she could not perform that test. DIC was read. She consented to a breath, registered 0.199 and then 0.210. There's not any information as to the injuries of McGuire and that he.
Can you guys look to see, number one, if she has a license, number two, any prior to the BIs, please?
And I think he was asking if she had picked up
Ms.
another
Flores, I'm gonna find
DUI.
that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you
But
have a
maybe not.
valid Texas driver license, ma'am? Do you have valid liability insurance in your name? Then you're not allowed to drive. And I'm making that a condition of your bond. So before you drive, you must bring proof to us that you have liability insurance in your name. Bless you. If I find that you drive without insurance, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR
Love
bonds.
this judge.
I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication, and I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or drugs, likewise, you will go to jail. You will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. You understand me, man?
Yes.
What do you do for a living? You're a school bus driver. Oh, Lord.
Oh my gosh. Probably not anymore.
Do you have a CDL?
I do.
Probably
And
not
you don't have
anymore.
insurance?
It just got, this guy just didn't pay it. I didn't have enough to pay it. So I'm gonna go pay it for them. They'll reinstate it.
Imagine what the district is going to do if they learn that you don't have insurance. It would probably behoove you to get on it
Or a DUI.
really, really quick.
I'm gonna do it today.
Not anymore. Wow.
I don't see any prior injuries, Your Honor.
Okay.
Our license is there.
Yep. Absolutely, Chrissy. I agree. They will find out. You better start looking for another job, sweetheart, because that one's probably gone. And your CDL is going to walk away with it. You can't have that stuff with the CDL. They're very touchy about it.
How much money do you make a month?
Well, now 0.
1,600 a month.
Do you have any children?
I do 4.
You have 4 kids. Are you married?
Yes.
What does your husband do for a living?
He's a self-contractor.
How much money does he make a month?
Depending on how it is, like sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's good.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Not.
Before I am able to give you a lawyer, I need to know what he makes though. So if you don't know, what I can do is I can give you an application, you can take it home, fill it out and bring it back to me next time.
Okay.
And then I can look at it to see whether you qualify for an appointed lawyer. Would you like to do that? Okay. Don't pick up any new cases. If you drove out here, you may not drive home. And do not consume alcohol, otherwise I will put you in jail. Do you understand, man? It doesn't matter what's going on in your life. No alcohol from any source. All right, I'll have you come up here, swear test that you're not gonna drive. It's THA for now, but I gave her an application to take home and she can bring it back. I'll have you go to Victoria Center Reset, then you'll get with Janae for your bond conditions, and after that, you'll be free to go, man.
Welcome to my world, Carmen.
Huh? That's beyond our pay grade, if you know what I mean. You know, it's sometimes be careful with the questions you ask, you know what I mean? It's a good warrant. I thought it was good. I'm glad that
Oh,
we
that
found it.
warrant, that lady's warrant was good.
Did she come here with a family member? Do you know? Because that way we could possibly release a star. You know, let's see if there's someone here.
So she's not coming back. Hey, I did get some good news. Brandon went back to see the surgeon for his follow-up, and he is cleared to mow. I am so excited. Now I just have to mow my yard. Yes. said he told me this morning he would just mow nude behind those people's houses or house. It's only one.
Good morning,
don't
Your Honor. May I
like.
approach?
Yeah. Hi, Ms. Hayes. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. What about yourself?
Happy Friday.
Yes, happy Friday. I have
Tell me
one
what-
case on your docket this morning. She's in custody. Jasmine Blake.
Okay.
We're signing the amended deferred conditions.
Are we gonna, is she going back?
Yeah, she has a new place to go to. It's in Santa Maria.
Okay.
Going back where?
Did we get Ms. Blake back there?
Yes.
Victoria, please. She said that she's good. Do you want to talk to her, Diamond?
I don't need to speak with her, no.
No?
Does she need to speak with me?
Let me make sure. I'm sending Shatoria back there now to get
Okay.
the stuff signed. So if she signs it, then you're good. We'll let you go.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do, come on, bring it.
Come here. I'll be like, no, Judge.
I'm sorry?
I can do it. Flores, Michael.
Oh, he's eating candy. He's eating those sweet tarts again.
Page 10, Galvez, Morales.
Alves Morales. Is that you?
Yes, yes, sir.
I like how he was yelling at that one woman, and then somebody sneezed, and he's like, "Bless you," and it goes back to yelling at that woman. Okay.
Sorry about that, Your Honor. Perdón por la demora. Me llamo Luis
He's a,
Militar.
that guy next to him is a
Solo miro
translator.
el juez y le contesta en español, por favor.
Are you Galvez Morales?
Señor o no, señor.
Sir, you were charged with assault of a family member. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
Definitely.
You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews. You cannot afford a lawyer. A lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. So officers were dispatched to a disturbance in Harris County, Texas. On May 3rd, 2024, and spoke with the complainant. Complainant stated that she and the defendant were in a relationship for 7 years, but they separated 7 months ago. Relationship originated in Florida, and she came to Houston. He said the defendant came to her home, and inside of the home without permission, and she had asked him to leave. He was continuously talking about getting back together. The complainant stated she was asking to leave. The complainant stated that the defendant stood inside the apartment. She got intimidated because he would just not leave. The complainant stated that when she went to her bedroom where they had a conversation, she tried to convince the defendant to stop following her and tried to explain she didn't want to get back with him anymore. The complainant stated that the defendant got hostile with that. Complainant stated that the defendant punched her in the mouth with a closed fist, causing pain, then punched her in the nose with a closed fist, causing pain. Complainant stated she was bleeding from the punches on her face. Complainant stated out of fear, she stood and laid at the bed with the defendant until he fell asleep. Complainant stated that she left the apartment and went to the police station seeking help. The officers observed the complainant to have visible injuries. There was a purple bruise that was approximately the size of a quarter on her upper lip. She also had a swollen nose and lip. Was given, she gave a description of a Hispanic male wearing a white shirt. And the Mazda, a blue Mazda that he was driving with a license plate 70BWQE. Defendant, officers contacted. I'm sorry. They observed the defendant in the grocery store lot. Defendant Lázaro Enrique Galvez Morales. And he was arrested.
On his NCIC, please. I'd like to know what kind of criminal history he has. Mr. Galvez Morales, are you a United States citizen?
No, I'm a resident.
I don't know if that's true or
No sé si
not.
eso sea verdad o no. Le digo que solo mira al juez, no me mira a mí.
All I know, if you go to jail
Si usted va a una cárcel,
and there's a problem with your paperwork, immigration will keep you until they have a hearing to decide what they do with you. Just to get a hearing is 6 to 9 months, and you will wait in custody until they do whatever they're going to do with you. I am now putting conditions on your bond. Don't violate these conditions, otherwise I will put you in jail. And if you're unlucky enough, you will be there for a very long time. Do you understand?
yo soy señor. Sí, señor o no, señor.
Do you have a Texas driver license?
¿Tiene licencia para conducir de Texas? No, but from Florida. Okay.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case.
That's all.
I'm ordering you not to be in possession of any weapons.
Arma.
And the protective order was issued on the 4th of this month for Miss Reyes
That's what I was
Gonzalez.
thinking too.
I suggest you get to know it, because if you do something to violate that protective order, the state can and will file a violation of a protective order against you. And that is the capital murder of misdemeanors. You understand?
De protección, ¿entendió? Yes,
I
Your Honor.
am ordering you
Pero esto
no
de-
contact and no weapons. No contact from any source, meaning social media, text messages, phone calls, anything.
Nada en absoluto,
Do
cero.
you understand?
¿Entendió, señor? Yes.
We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I will have you go to Victoria, sign a reset.
Oh, ya tienen.
After that, I'm gonna have you take your seat in the jury box.
Después de eso va a tener que sentarse aquí. Solo mírala a él. Hable, hable. She has some jewelry of mine that she took to the pawn shop. I'm just telling you what he
Guys,
said.
can you keep it down, please?
Un momento.
If there is a problem like that, then you go to the police. They are the people who take appropriate action for you.
Acciona por este tipo de temas.
As it stands now, all I'm telling you to do is not have any contact with her and not to be in possession of your weapons. And don't pick up any new cases. Do you understand?
Yes, señor. Yes, I understand. ¿Cómo, cómo?
Yo me quedo con el carro mío a ver a mamá a ver la corte en Plaza América.
I parked my car in order to come to court over in Plaza America.
We are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. You need a lawyer to represent you
Necesitamos un abogado.
because I'm telling you, this will affect your immigration.
Migratorio suyo,
Do you
señor.
understand?
¿Entendió?
So I will have you sign a reset. After that, I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box while I get your bond conditions. We will have you sign it, and then you will be free to go.
Se puede ir, okay? Thank you, Your Honor.
Please, sir.
There is no question.
No criminal history? Okay, thanks.
Judge, we have one more.
I didn't know, I was hoping that he didn't have any prior offense.
Yeah, they said for sure. I was just reading from, deciphering from the actual.
Che.
All right, go ahead and have.
Last one.
Page 25, Diane Martinez, come on up.
Everything this judge does could end with well snap.
SAE.
SAE, yeah. Are you Miss Sayans Martinez? Miss Sayans Martinez, you were charged with assault, bodily injury. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes, so on May 2nd, 2024, officers responded to a location in Harris County, Texas. Complainant stated that the defendant, who was her cousin, assaulted her in the parking lot as she was getting out of her vehicle. She stated that the defendant aggressively approached her and began yelling at her in the face, gripped the front of her shirt, and yanked it multiple times. The complainant added that the defendant pulled the back of her shirt while she attempted to walk away and followed her toward the apartment. She said that the defendant proceeded to pull her by the hair, causing her to fall on the ground. The defendant advised she felt pain and wished to pursue charges. Surveillance video of the incident was viewed by officers.
What's the relationship?
Cousins.
Cousins? Okay. Ms. Sayans, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this person whatsoever. Shh, quiet. Do you want me to put you in back? Please. This is the second time I've already told you.
Call my mom.
Okay, just, if she calls your mom, that she's calling your mom. I don't want you to have any contact with her. That's all I'm asking you to do.
Just blocked on my.
Okay, so don't say anything. I have a bunch of DAs here. Anything you say, they're going to use it against you. The only thing I want to impart to you is don't have any weapons. Don't communicate with this person. And don't pick up any new cases. You understand that? If you do, if you violate these conditions, you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Okay? How old are you, man? What do you do for a living, man?
No, I'm not working.
Why not? Okay, speak a little bit louder, please.
I started having bleeding and I went to a hospital. They told me that I was having a miscarriage, but.
Uh-oh. So you're in bed rest right now.
And you got in a fight. Good for you.
Good. Everything's going fine and everything, so they took me off of bed rest.
Be careful, because this kind of event and the stress of this event will affect that baby, you know? And I'm telling you, if you don't treat that baby now right, if you don't treat the baby now in a good way, you could have a lifelong babysitting issue. And I'm telling you because I see it all the time. So be careful. So I'll appoint you a lawyer today, man. Okay, but I don't want any more issues. Don't pick up any new cases and don't violate these conditions. We will give you an application. I'll fill it. I'll have you fill it out. We'll get you to Victoria, sign a reset, and then I'll just have you take a seat in the jury box now. Okay, please.
Judge, that's it for now.
Okay. Can you file no contact, no weapons,
Right
and
this way.
please?
Oh, come on. Where's the other guy?
S.A.E.
Okay, Ms. Hayes, we're good.
Wonderful. Thank you, Honor.
You know, I really hope that we don't have to revisit this like a third time, you know?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ay.
I state if you could send an email, well, she has the 2 felonies. They're gonna dismiss the 2 felonies once she signs. So are you able to send an email upstairs to let them know she signed?
Sure.
You hear that? Okay, yeah, Pavel heard you.
Okay.
And then, hey, Shatoria, she knows that the 2 felonies are getting dismissed because of this, right?
I didn't tell her that, but I can go back here.
I told her before, but if you don't
told-
mind.
she knows, right?
Yeah, she knows.
Okay, that way she doesn't screw around and try and get kicked out again or
Jasmine.
late. Okay,
Thank
come
you,
on
Honor.
up.
Hey, Judge.
Hey,
Judge, unfortunately, I'm Brian Thomas. This was the client I got yesterday.
Correct. Come up,
So,
Mr. Thomas.
Thomas, this way.
it looks like that he was ordered to get an interlock on 416. He got a portable device, I guess, after he came here. So the magistrate, I believe, ordered, said, do not drive a car without an interlock. He came here, you told him basically the same thing. Then he got the portable device on 4/29, and then
No, I'm showing he didn't get anything till 5/7.
well, the report, Judge, you sent me says that the program start was on 4/30/2024.
When did you get your device, Mr. Thomas? No, I still 5/7.
No, 5/2.
Judge, I just.
Even at 5/2, you were ordered to get it 17. Not only that, you get the device on 5/7 and then you miss your first blow. So tell me, why should we not put you in jail right now?
I had got the device and they had told me to pick it up on the second. When I had went to the pre-trial, I went to the pre-trial and they had ordered the device. And I had picked the device up on the second.
Hey, Janae,
Yes, Judge.
can I give you a cause number, please?
I'm looking it up.
You got it?
I'm
Yeah.
researching it down.
Tell me, when did he get it? And has he been in compliance as of now? Is he blowing into it?
Yes, sir.
When I spoke to pretrial yesterday, they told me you didn't get the device till 5/7. And court orders are for a reason, and they're not when you want to do things, it's when you're ordered to do it. And when you don't, there are serious consequences. This is your third DWI. I'm not playing with you, Mr. Thomas. You had one dismissed, and now you had another one, and now you have another one. How many times? You've been busted 3 times. How many times has it not? That's what really scares me. So I'm going to keep you so close. So one false move, you will stay with me. I don't care what your reasoning is. I don't care what your excuse is. You can't justify anything.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just take a seat for me right now. We're not ready to go. Connor, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Not right now.
Okay. Lori, tell me.
Mr. Areola,
Okay,
he has asked me to advocate on his behalf to explain some things to you. That he is a father of 3. He has a 14, 15, and a 16-year-old. They live with his father. He makes money doing side jobs and sometimes
wait, so his 3 kids live with Ariola's father?
and he lived there with him and his girlfriend. They all live there.
All right,
And
that's
he
the guy.
makes money doing side jobs, but he also goes to that gas station because they have slot machines, those gambling machines, and he does that. And they ask the son allows him to go in there and to go play. He's asking that if you would allow him to do 30 days, to reset him for 30 days and let him take thinking for a change on the probation. If not, he'll come back. If he messes up, he'll come back, do the status again, or you can stack him with the other probation and this probation.
Where's Pavel?
He stepped out for a second, Judge, but this would be for the.
Criminal trespass.
No, this is, sorry, because it's 2. Would this be for the one he's on probation on to dismiss the new one, or would it be for the new one to dismiss the?
No, I mean, it's up to the judge if he wants to put him back on both of them
I mean, do
and extend
we
them.
have faith that he's going to get anything
You,
done?
you haven't, I mean, Judge, I think you have gotten his attention. I think you have gotten his attention. I think his mental health, it says on the thing, antisocial behavior, but it could be obstinate, what is it, ODD? I'm not really sure what it stands for.
I understand what you mean. Yes.
Yes, and I think thinking for a change may be more helpful for him than doing SATF because he doesn't have a drug problem.
How's he going to pay for it? You know?
He is willing to take that
We have a free thinking for a change.
We do have a free decision making course, but not a thinking for a change. It's on the Pearson website. We're on Ariel right now.
Is this in custody or is this out of custody?
This is out of custody, we're
I
asking.
think if we let him out, or
If you don't, then you bring him back and put, if he picks up another one, then you have, and you can stack. But
To be fair, he did complete the DRP.
but then he goes out a week later and goes back.
I know, I know,
mean,
I
so
know, but he did, while on bond, he did complete the residential.
so it
part.
didn't take.
Oh,
but it's for people who have mental health and substance abuse. His is more a thinking issue.
What do you think,
Oh,
Lavelle?
yeah, okay,
the
Jay?
suggestion was,
Thinking for change.
looking for a change to modify the.
hang on.
But letting him out, because he's never appeared in court ever once on his own. Do we really think that he's gonna actually go out there and do it? In your heart, do you really think that he's gonna go? It's a slow plea.
It's a slow plea either way.
You know, I mean, if you want to play the game, I'll play it with you.
Thank you, George.
You know, really.
You know,
Because
I'll accept it,
I have
I'll
nothing
accept
better
that.
to do.
Okay, I'll put the burden on me.
I mean, if he fails me again, which I mean, it's all but a
You wanna
foregone
reset him
conclusion.
30 days and then do it? No, just do it now?
I just let him sit in jail and rot. There's no sense in
Okay.
that, you know? So
I can amend it for thinking for a change, and then I can make a case note to like pull him through the finances. I just don't know how quickly.
but like, if we let him out, I really don't even think we'll ever see him until we arrest him again. That's you know, and I know that if I bring him out, he'll tell me he's gonna do it, but I don't know what to do. I would love to do it if I knew he was gonna show up.
I would like to propose something. We can, I was thinking on the new case, we can put him on a probation with DMC, but sign an affidavit swearing on the record that he's never gonna go back to this location. So we could just, we could throw him on 2 MRPs in the event that he actually does follow that.
I want to do one thing. I will agree to that. But what I would like to do is I want to get who is it that he thinks? Alex? Is that who he thinks is letting him go back there?
It's the son.
Can you get him on the phone so we can put him on speaker so he can hear it from himself that he cannot go back there? Because Lori, I want Mr. Ariel to hear it from Alex that he cannot go, because that's why he keeps going back, because he thinks they'd let him go back. But if he hears it from his mouth, hopefully it'll register, and then I'll do whatever you guys want to do.
Okay.
But I want him to hear it firsthand that he cannot go back.
We find out what's the name of that.
I don't like to assume. There's a little bit of confusion. He gets his bond commission on 4/26. He waits the 3 days to come to pretrial, thinking and assuming that he has the 3 days to come to pretrial, and he's thinking he's getting the machine there. They don't realize that he's coming to pretrial, and they call interline of the appointment. That's what made him so late. So he came in on the Thursday of pretrial, but then you have to call interlock, and then you have to wait for interlock to give you an appointment. So he's gonna put him behind the due date. And so they do say, hey, your device is ready, but after the due date, because you have to set it up. with the
So
third party.
did he actually get it?
22nd, he said.
So he did get it on the 2nd. And has he been compliant with the blows?
He did complain.
Because I read one where he overslept because the first blow was from like 5 to 8 in the morning and he overslept and so he didn't blow. And then he calls them and goes, oops, or something to that effect. Okay, hey, James.
Why we submitted the bond monitoring and advice on stop monitoring. So let me double check.
Yeah, James, come on up.
Judge, I've been appointed to Mendoza Molina.
Yes.
He's been brought into the holdover. It looks like he had a DWI that he bond forfeited and he picked up a theft of service.
Correct.
And so I just wanted to, do you want him to come out for we?
No.
So set the bonds, Judge, or?
Yeah, I'm leaving the bonds as is. I'm just not gonna give them a PR bond.
The 2,500 each, I
But
think.
25, it's like 2501 or something like that each. So you can, whatever you want to do, you can do.
Let's
You
get
know,
a, like,
just
2-week reset, Judge. I think
for
we're
sure.
gonna bond himself out, and I think we're gonna be able to work it out with the state.
Okay. If he gets out, he has to remember, no alcohol, no drugs. And then if he doesn't have a license, no driving. So please admonish him that, because I'm doing those bond conditions today.
No alcohol, no drugs, no driving.
Okay, Anna,
Thank you, Judge.
thank you, James.
Gilberto Gomez, he's a fugitive and he's gonna sign it.
Okay,
No. She had to run the court date.
No.
do we have someone getting? Do you mind grabbing someone for me, please? It's funny, yeah. Don't quit your day job. Gilberto Gomez, please. Commodian, eh? Hi.
Okay, three try.
Tell me one while we're waiting.
I can stand down while they get
Yeah,
it.
just while they get
Sir, East was carried over from Monday.
east. Oh, do you have bond violations?
No.
Okay.
Ordered him to do anger management classes 3 weeks. He's done 1.5, but
Oh,
he's
it's
here.
my favorite.
And I don't have it printed out where he's completed the anger management classes, Mr. East.
Wait, sorry, because you're supposed to do 2 by the day.
Can you help me out?
Hold on, you can speak when I say it's okay. He's done one, completed
What'd you do?
one class with 17 lessons, and he's, wait a minute. Okay, and he started the second anger management class, and he's halfway through that.
You're supposed to have it done.
I understand, I hear you, Judge.
We saw this guy
I don't have
earlier in the
it
week.
printed out to show you, this is the one that he has completed.
He's done one.
I'm not completing the second one as we speak.
We saw this guy Monday.
I didn't have time, sir. I bought the wrong class. I bought the wrong lesson, sir.
Ma'am, he goes with you. No,
I bought the wrong lesson, sir. I promise. I bought the wrong lesson. I could call my sister.
gave you a week to get 2 done.
I completed it.
Goes with you.
I have completed it, sir.
Please. Don't send him down.
Oopsies.
All right, come on up,
Called him.
Carl. I'll get with you in a second. Let me just do this. real quick. Are you Gilberto Gomez? Mr. Gomez, you are wanted out of the state of Oklahoma for driving under the influence. Are you waiving formal extradition, sir? Okay. Good luck, sir. Thanks.
Thank you. Would be excused.
Yes, thanks, Anna.
All right. What happened? What happened with Areola? 'Cause I was looking at Judge Wolf. I didn't hear what happened with Areola.
She misreported and accepted. I
wouldn't have-
understand that. No, no, this-
Let me finish with them and then I'll talk to them. Thanks. And then, Janae, I have a guy back there, Molina. He has a DWI. Can you make sure that you let him know before he's released? Just no alcohol, no drugs, random UAs, the normal thing on the DWIs.
Yeah, no, maybe talk French.
Okay, Carl.
Judge, I have a England route just assigned to today. Misdemeanor theft case. It's an old case, but she bond forfeited in December of 2023 because she was in the hospital. And we have proof of that. She
in the hospital for 3 years.
2023. She was on bond, and 2023 December is when she missed her court date.
Come up, ma'am.
She was subsequently rearrested in Galveston. She spent 2 months down there, and she's on bond now.
Wait. She's on bond for something else?
She's on bond for this case from Galveston. She's on bond for a case down there in Galveston for credit card abuse. She has 2 credit card abuse cases down there in Galveston that she.
Is it 2 credit card abuse cases over there?
Yes, Judge.
Oh.
telling you what she has.
She has a theft here from 2020.
Correct.
If you've picked up 2 felony cases from over there, I'm keeping you here. Can you run her NCIC, please? I'm not gonna allow her to be MIA for years at a time. She goes to Galveston County, picks up 2 felonies over there, and now she comes,
Yeah, she
I didn't
wasn't,
know about the case that was in Houston. It happened during COVID. They gave me a
they
ticket.
didn't give her, she was not arrested. She was given a ticket and they subsequently came back and filed a 2B warrant. She was
You were
bonded out.
present in November 1st of 23,
Correct. And she,
present on November 3rd of 23, and then you took off. We issued a warrant in December of 23. We are now in May of 24.
I was in the hospital and I emailed the paperwork to my bail bond people and they were supposed to email it over to you guys.
You were in the hospital for 2 days.
From the 11th to the 13th. I was supposed to come back to court on the 11th, but went into preterm labor and I had maybe a 17 weeks.
Your Honor, if I may, it looks to be originally a signed release, and then she had a notice to appear, but then it was reset one setting for her to appear, which then obviously she didn't, and the signed release kind of stayed out. And so it was because she didn't come into the first one that it set out for 2 days. So technically, she only has 1 habeas. That being said, the 2 ones out of Galveston were consecutive, and she had a 3rd degree credit abuse of elderly. So it was escalated.
A credit card abuse of an elderly.
One was September 26, 2023, the second was March 7, 2024. So
Oh, no. She just picked up a felony.
the second one.
But I didn't know about it.
Carl, I'm sorry. No, I'm not going to allow you to just continue to pick up cases and there will be no consequence, man. Which goes with you.
Not dismissed, Christy.
Judge, you said some type of bond on her?
Yeah, for sure.
Currently has a bond of $5,000.
Not a good look, bro.
I guess.
George, I'm looking at
Yeah,
you over
7503.
here
I'll do
and over there.
7503.
I feel like I'm eavesdropping on your conversation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, make sure I understood you. Okay.
Lord have mercy.
That's all that's in court
Lord have
today, so I'll talk to him about that.
That case is now
I also
not
have
older than
another gentleman in the holdover. Might as well go ahead and take care of it.
Okay.
Anytime, Patel. He has a felony pending that's set for June the 6th.
Last name?
Patel.
Where's Mr. Patel?
He's in the holdover.
Okay, correct. Well, because I see a felony warrant for the PCS.
The PCS, he has I sent an email all to his appointed attorney now. He has a case up there that he's on deferred for.
Carl, whatever you want, you can have.
I just want to consider to find out what's
Yeah,
there.
for sure. Just
Okay.
whatever strikes your fancy, I'm cool with. Yeah, for sure.
We'll just let them go then.
Hi.
No, I'm not cool with that.
Okay, I'm ready when you're. Evelyn Estrada. Good morning, Mrs. Estrada. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Hopefully it's worked out. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. Is this what you want to do, ma'am? Understand that this charge will go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. You can never take this off. From now on, if you pick up any more cases, you'll be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand? And I'm going to tell you, an officer will pull you over. The first thing they do is they look you up by your license to see what kind of person you are. If they see that you have a prior DWI and they smell alcohol or dope, what do you think they're going to do to you?
I understand. They're gonna.
Right. Whether you're drunk or not, I'm telling you. So if I were you, I would never, even if you've had 1 glass of wine, get in a car because you're assuring yourself. How do you plead to the offense, man? I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement, sentence you to 3 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 1 day that you should have done. I'm going to suspend your license for 6 months, ma'am. Do not drive until you get a license. And like I said, you're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So like I said, once you do this, there's no coming back. Okay? All right, good luck to you. Thanks.
Yes, I have, they did let me know that I have, tickets. They let me know that I have tickets and I was wondering what will happen to that.
Well, I don't handle tickets here.
no.
We just do,
Surcharge because you're suspending the license. We have $3,000.
what do you do for a living, ma'am? Tell me about yourself.
Not work, nothing.
Why not?
Off of work,
Because you what?
I have to call off of work.
And you just stopped working? They fired you or? Okay, yeah, I'll roll it. I'll roll your court costs too on the thing, man, but just no more.
Yeah, I'm not doing
DWI.
that anymore. I don't do it at all.
Okay, thanks. All right. It's a 0.15, so it's probably gonna be more. You're gonna need to tell Melissa what the surcharge amount is. No, it's more because it's a 0.15. It may be like 4,500, 3 or 6, I don't remember. So, huh?
You talking
No,
dollars?
but the 0.15 allegation kicks up the surcharge. I just don't know how much. Okay, hi, son. Okay, where's Mr. Wheeler? Come up, Mr. Wheeler. Well, hold on, let's get him up. Guys, please keep it down.
Isn't it like 100 degrees in Texas? How is he wearing a sweatshirt? That's young.
That morning, he missed the bus that runs close to his house. So to make it for one time, he went to another bus stop. And that bus stop was.
Lady, I can't hear you. I know you can talk louder than that. Use your mad voice.
You were ordered as a condition of your bond, Mr. Wheeler, not to go within a certain 200 feet of a certain location. And you did. That's why I brought you here now, because you have a bond violation. And it is your assertion to me today that because you missed a bus, you had to go within 200 feet of that location? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Because he missed that bus. And so to make it school, there's another bus stop that happened to be within that. And so he caught that bus to make it to school on time.
So here's what I want to do, because I don't know if I believe you, Mr. Wheeler. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the records from your GPS monitor to see exactly where you were, so we know. And I will be able to triangulate if your location is at the bus stop or not. Are you sure that this is what it's going to show, Mr. Wheeler? Because if you're lying to me, I'm telling you now, I'm going to make your bond so high, you're going to flip.
You'd be stuck like Chuck.
What were you doing? Hey, Janae, on Mr. Wheeler, do you mind pulling the records from his GPS monitor? Because he has a bond violation. I'd like to know exactly where he was when the violation hit, please. Okay, sorry to keep you so busy. Fridays are. So if we can stand down just for a bit, please. I just want to take a look at Mr. Wheeler, exactly where he was, and then how long he was at that location, and we'll be able to see if that in fact is true or not. Let's see. And you know, you're not supposed to go within that feet, even if you want to take another bus. We have these rules for a reason. Even if you're trying to take a bus, you're still not supposed to go within that location. Do you understand? I'm not, and I don't know what I'm doing with you yet, because I want to make sure that what you're saying is true. But from now on, if you do it again, I don't care which excuses, I'm going to keep you. Do you understand, Mr. Wheeler? As it stands now, I don't know what I'm doing because I want to make sure what you're saying is the truth first and foremost. Take your seat from the jury box, sir.
If you're gonna be up there, lady, you gotta speak up.
Is he in custody or where's Mr. Bonilla? Come up, Mr. Bonilla.
All right, guys, what did they do with Areola? I didn't get to hear it. I was trying to figure out Judge Wolf. Nobody's told me. I'm in limbo. Is he releasing him?
What did I order you to do?
Uh-oh.
Hey, you were, look, sir, Judge, I went to the UA, they said it wasn't good till next Monday. That's what they told me. And I told them the judge told me to come today. So now it's good till next Monday.
I have here that you failed to report.
I went.
I got the report that said he went, but it was after closing time or something, so they couldn't do it. But he did go to the building.
Oh, he failed. What time did he go?
But I got off the train, the red line around 4 o'clock. I was trying to look for a car for like around 20 minutes. I was asking everybody and I found it. And when I got there, they said, I told them I had to do it. You went and said, okay, you go right here, sit over there in the first 2 rows. They call my name is Jonathan Bonilla. They say your UA is not due till next Monday.
That's right now, Mr. Bonilla. So do you know that if Mr. Bonilla, I have here, he was supposed to test on 5/6. Did he show up? If so, at what time? And then I'm also going to send him right now, please.
What about dude's hair? It's got like
Trying
one
to get
piece.
my medicine, but I went to the bench all like 2 days ago and DC, and my insurance didn't cover all, my insurance didn't cover, I had to pay out of pocket, and I can't take my medicine.
Didn't show at all. I have here that you didn't show at all.
Uh-oh.
If I could find that person, I would tell you who he is.
Please. He goes with you.
So serious.
No, I don't believe you.
Wow, he just walked away. Didn't even wait for the judge to tell him to walk away. Bye. Guess he knew where he was going.
Okay. Oof, that's a lot of. I need to bring one more person out.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, let me.
The person who changed his mind, that's why.
Also, just there's one more.
Yeah, they just get here? Oh, okay. Hi, Lori.
Mr. Ariello, we.
Oh, here we are.
Just to sign him on the phone.
So he's driving up a mountain right now, he's in the Rocky Mountains, but I call him and sometimes it drops, but I do have text messages, so I'll try to call him right now and see if it comes through. But I do have text messages now from CM saying he's not allowed back. I don't know if that was advice.
No, I want him to hear it for, and I mean, if we need to put it for next week, then, but.
We can see if I can call him right now.
Well, hold on. We need to bring him out though to make sure it happens,
Yeah. Okay.
So why don't you go and then just zoom in so you don't have to sit here and wait, and then we'll do it toward the end of the document. You okay with that? That way you don't have to just sit here and wait.
Thank you, y'all too.
Yeah, he's calling me back. Want to do it right now?
Yeah, okay. You can see if they'll bring. Hey, all right, come on up. Mr. Thomas. Come up.
So it sounds like they're gonna wait to see if they can get a hold of this guy to tell him that. Maybe we'll see it today.
I don't want any more issues. You are on notice now. Before you put anything in your body, you best make sure that has no alcohol in it. I don't care what you come up here and tell me it's mouthwash, hair dye, a tequila lollipop. I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is. If you ever test positive, if you ever fail to blow as instructed, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. With as many DWIs as you have, you are skirting extremely thin ice. You understand? How many people have I put in jail today? A lot, right?
A lot.
Don't let it be you. Okay, thanks.
Do they make tequila lollipops?
Mr. Fleming. Hey.
I have an off docket request. Cause number is 236-8950. Tyon Hutcherson. 236-8950.
I like
Ms.
that
Hutcherson
attorney,
is
too.
almost into the PTI program. She informed me this past week that she has begun dilating and is expecting to go into labor this week. She's on docket for next week. I'm just coming ahead to see if we can get a reset or a virtual appearance. She said she would appear by Zoom.
This case is already 3 years old.
Yes.
I mean, what are we doing? It's now going to go to 4 years?
No, sir. It should be wrapped up in the next month, putting her into the PTI program. Just
What does she need to do?
I believe we are waiting on her to, I think she does her TRAS last week, I believe. And so we're waiting on the results plus contract.
Okay, can you check? I mean, you've turned in everything that you need to turn in?
Yes.
Absolutely everything?
Absolutely everything.
Can you make sure and check with Shatoria to make sure that it's the TRAS is completed, and then if you guys are good on that, we'll set you 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Okay.
No.
There he is, Mr.
All right, everyone, keep it
Ariola.
down, please.
All right, got you on speaker.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So, we spoke previously about Rolando Ariola. Is he allowed into that Chevron?
No, sir. We give him many chances to straighten up and it's causing.
Turn it up.
I've given him multiple chances and it's better to keep him off the property. So it's no problem with our customers and him.
And would you want him back on the property, on the Chevron property?
No, sir. I had the risk of losing my job also.
That's Alex. That's Alex.
Sam.
That's Alex.
Sam.
That's Sam.
Sam.
That's I am. That's who they requested me to contact.
That's not, I mean, I want the person that he's been saying is allowing him to go on the.
That's Sam. That's Sam. That's
that him?
That's him. That's him.
He's telling you he don't want to go. He don't want you there.
He's telling me now, right now. I just heard
That's
it.
him.
I just not heard it. I just not. Max question.
Sure.
Sam.
Yes.
Sam, this is Roland.
Yes.
My brother, I know that I've spoken with you. I was just telling the judge that you have allowed me on the property, and I was just telling him that you would allow me on the property, and that's the only reason.
I can't. It's the company's policy is they don't want you on the property. I can't risk of losing my job. I'm sorry.
No, yes, Sam. I agree with that. I'm here. I do understand your position. I was just explaining to the judge that it was a friend of mine, which is you, that would allow me. But then you, in return, it was Alex that would have a different thought. But yes, I do agree. I'm yes, you do your job. I'm not.
Are you going back, Rolando?
No, I'm not going back. That's my friend, and that's his job, and I'm not going to.
I think that's all. We do anything else from
Is it Siam?
Siam, yeah.
Siam.
Yes.
This is Judge Fleischer. Okay.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Hey, thank you for being understanding and speaking and taking the time to speak with us. I know, and I'm trying everything in our power to make sure that Mr. Ariola doesn't go back. And we are trying to work a program where he's going to be doing a couple classes now. And we are going to release him, but I want you to let me know if he goes back. Okay? Don't go back. You understand?
I told him, just tell him to stay away. It's better for his,
Right. He is under the impression that someone is still allowing him to go to play the slot machines or whatnot. And so that's what
No, he's allowing him. Nothing like that.
you heard it here.
This moment in time, sir, this is just
Heard it
now.
on the stand last month when we did this as well.
Oh,
There's
slick.
no.
Yes, this is a different, no. This is a whole different process now. That is my friend Sam, and he's in a different position. I'm not gonna jeopardize his job just because of my ignorance or stubborn way, or just to want to go visit him at that.
Okay, so where are we at now?
Well, we're asking to put him on a probation and let him do decision-making classes, the decision-making class.
You've never once in the 25 cases that we've had together, not once appeared for court. So tell me, how is this any different that if we let you out on a probation now, that you're actually gonna get this done?
I'd like to be able to complete what this court is asking me of and move on forward with my life.
Didn't know it.
I have a life to attend to, children that I provide for. Right now, my financial problem is a whole different ballgame of mine that I gotta take.
So hold on a second. Can we pay for the class so that he's got it for free?
Yes, but it'll take time.
I'll pay for it. How much is it? Is it like 25 bucks, 50 bucks?
No, he's doing thinking for a change, correct? Or
What are we doing?
I thought, are we doing thinking for a change?
That's what I was.
Oh, okay, yeah, thinking for a change.
How much is
so
it?
it'll be based off the provider, but I believe they're like $50 per class.
And how many classes we talking?
Yeah, 13 weeks, and I think they go 3 times.
Oh, Lord. How, I mean,
That's why I said, if you go through the Paris Scouts, it'll just take some time. So it'll
Never
take
mind.
maybe like 2 months before they get answers. So we'll put them on the wait list to get into the program through us, and they'll just have to wait.
I'm gonna have you sign an affidavit with me today. And I want you to promise me that you're gonna do this. What is gonna happen if he fails to do this, Lori?
If he fails to do this, he comes back in and he's looking at going back to the program that you want to send him to see if he can get it.
Right.
I will continue to send it back so much you think I've made it a new career for you. I will send you back, and I'm gonna send you back, and it will be time after time after time. Do you understand? Are you really telling me, Mr. Ariola, that you can do this?
Yeah. I could pay for the classes. My financial problems on the one hand, I mean, I can make things happen. I'm not asking for charity or anything. I just want to finish what the court is asking me of, so I can move forward with my life. I got it.
I will give you the chance, Mr. Ariola, but I'm gonna tell you now, if you play with me, don't play with me, Smokey. You do?
Judge, can we request to put the affidavit on the record? That way we create a record of it.
Don't play with me, Smokey. What the heck does that
Ramona's
mean?
not, Ramona's gone. Ramona, you're not here, are you?
No, Judge.
She gone. But I'm gonna have you sign a promise with me that you're gonna do it. Mr. Ariel, I'm telling you, if you don't, you're gonna be coming back so much. It's really gonna be a miserable experience. I want to give you a chance. You've heard it from everyone that they don't want you to go back. I will literally explode of anger if you go back to this place one more time. All I want you to do is this class, that's it. This is the last opportunity you will get from me. You understand?
Understand.
Lori? Okay.
Okay, I'll write up a plea then.
All right. Hold on a second here.
That was funny, and he didn't even laugh. She's a lawyer after my own heart. That was the most responsive I've seen him all week, or all week, because he's been in front of him. Hey, Roseanne, sorry. Uh, Haley Brown is not being sentenced today, but when he asked if that lawyer was there and she said no, that was hilarious, and he didn't even crack a smile. Let's go to the Chevron.
14647, Judge.
But I will say this. Listening to that guy on the phone, um, he really kind of acted like he got it this time. He was like, I get it now that he's telling me don't go back. That's like I said, this is the most he he responded, he answered, he didn't just stare, and I think he understands. They really don't want him back at that Chevron station. I don't know what he did at the Chevron station. I didn't know he had 25 cases. I don't know if they all involved that Chevron station. But he just seemed, I think he got it this time. I hope.
Can we start with Isaac Ramirez as long as we do a reset? Oh, sorry, Isaac Rivera, apologies.
Yes. So what were we refreshing? What were we doing?
Your Honor, he has pending felonies in 351. Their next court date is July 31st. So I already talked to the clerk and I'll see if we can reset it to August 1st so that we can speak with his attorney and for his felony cases and get a global resolution.
Oh, whoa.
Also,
Where is he? Okay.
should I have approach?
Yeah, but that's gonna take a long time because yeah. Give me a second on that one because he picked up. I'm gonna need a while on that one. Who's number two?
Okay, number two.
I want to know.
Number two is an arraignment. Let's do that one.
Isaac Rivera, come up.
Oh, okay, we're gonna do his first.
No, I'm gonna put him in the box because I don't want to lose him. And who's the?
36 for the arraignment she's talking about.
Okay.
Yes, Jose Vallejos.
Vallejo, come on up.
I don't want to lose.
Come
him.
up in the jury box.
Go into the jury box right here.
Sue said Vallejo, right?
Jose.
Page 36.
Yeah, Vallejo?
Yes.
Got it, okay.
Yes. We just.
Hey, deputy, I see a felony warrant on homeboy. For real. Do you see a felony warrant on Vallejo?
It's not funny that he has a warrant. It's just
You're on
funny
probation for it's a criminal trespass in a felony case. I gotta say, it's probably reduced to a felony criminal trespass, and now you've picked up a DWI.
I do see,
Sorry, bud. Goes with you. I show the warrants.
I didn't see one when I looked it up, Your Honor.
I don't know. So let's do this.
I got to make a whole new thumbnail for it. But thank you.
Let me just do this PC. Can you verify?
Yeah, I gotta verify it anyway, but it's not finished. I'm gonna take it back and then I still gotta verify with our office.
It is a warrant? Yeah. So let me do PC real quick and then he goes with you. All right. Man, everybody's going today. The first half of the day was real good.
I say sent 5 people since we've been watching, and we haven't watched the whole thing.
Kevin, you ready? Yeah, please. So you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine on the DWI. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one to be appointed to you. Okay, please.
On May 8, 2024, officers observed a vehicle driving on a flat tire in Harris County, Texas, in a moving lane of traffic on a busy highway moving at a very low rate of speed due to the flat tire. Officers observed the defendant driving, then get out of the reference vehicle and attempt to put air in a fully deflated tire, which was shredded, unable to hold air. Observing the vehicle to be in completely unsafe locations, officer asked the defendant to move the vehicle from the highway to a safer location. Marsani then observed the defendant to drive the vehicle across the highway traffic unsafely, nearly colliding with another vehicle. Officers made contact with the driver, observed the defendant to reach into his vehicle and throw a beer under his truck onto the concrete, which busted open and began to spray. Officers observed the defendant.
So dude's got alcohol in the car?
Yes, Your Honor, a beer threw it under and it busted open and started to spray. Officers observed the defendant to be defiant, not following directions. The defendant gave improper answers to questions asked. Officers could smell the strong odor of alcoholic beverage to be emanating from the defendant, but he would not admit to drinking alcohol. The defendant stated he had been taking NyQuil, but was adamant he did not drink alcohol. Officers observed the defendant to have a thick, slurred speech, red, glassy eyes. The defendant was observed to have a variety of emotional effects, crying off and on. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. Defendant exhibited 6 out of 6 clues on HGN, 7 out of 8 on walk and turn, 3 out of 4 on one-leg stand. DIC was read. He consented to a breath, registered 0.154 and then 0.16 placebo.
Find that there's probable cause. I would think that it's elementary that you don't have alcohol in the car and it's a minimum of 5 days. Don't say anything. You ain't got to say anything at this moment. I'm just trying to impart some knowledge to you.
Knowledge.
That it's a minimum of 5 days in jail anytime you have alcohol in the car and you get popped with a DWI. Do you understand? Do you have a Texas driver license? I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. If you have a drug or alcohol problem, Mr. Vallejo, you better address it, because if you don't, I'm going to do it for you. And
Sir.
If you have a problem, you better address it, because if you don't, I'm going to do it for you. And I promise you, you're not going to let me do it.
Yes, sir, I understand.
I need him just to sign conditions real quick with Janae, and then he goes with you. Yeah, please.
His attorney can't do anything about it. He had a felony warrant.
We can't address that right now because that's your felony case. We're gonna address it in felony court. We'll come see you in jail.
Hey,
okay?
you have an extension for Anthony Clark?
Yes,
She's here now. That way, I don't want to keep her waiting. Tell me.
So it was, she asked for a 4-day extension to turn herself in, and I actually agreed because I got proof from his counsel up there that because he's in trial, he's unable to. Apparently, there you have to go with the attorney or you're gonna get arrested.
If you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. We'll give it to you, Paria, okay? Just please let him know no more. That's it. Okay? Okay.
So reset to Friday day or Monday?
Friday.
Okay, so 3-day extension. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, Paria, take care. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Okay,
tell me.
Are we done with this case?
Yes, right. He just needs to sign for the conditions. After that, he'll go back there. You know, one of the things, Mr. Vallejo, is, when you're on felony probation, don't get into trouble. There are consequences.
And then if you do get in trouble, don't whine
Okay,
about
who's
it.
your third?
You did it.
Angel, no.
Is it the one that we rolled yesterday?
Yes,
What's the name?
Angel Gomez.
Where's Mr. Gomez?
I did not see him here, Your Honor, and I have been unable
Its
to get
name
him.
on Gomez A.
Yes. Bond forfeiture.
Yeah, so it just, well, you know how it goes. We'll just, at some point, we'll get him and then I'll call you. Don't call us, we'll call you. Yeah, we have quite the history with Mr. Gomez, so it's okay. You're doing great. So, but here's my other issue. You, come up.
He's like, I don't want to.
This is,
Comes up, goes
this
to
is
jail.
Rivera.
Case 23.
So Isaac Rivera. So let's look you up, Mr. Rivera.
He's like,
So-
you don't have to.
10/8 of 23, you pick up an assault of a pregnant person.
Oh,
3/27/24, which is March 27th of 24, you pick up an assault bodily injury. Now I see on April 4th, you've picked up an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, an assault impeding breath, and then another aggravated assault of a family member. Tell me, are all these really after the fact of ours?
Yes. So the offense date on our assault bodily injury, Judge, is March 6th. These subsequent felonies were offense date of April 3rd, 2024. Was that the question?
Yeah, so he really picked up 3 felony aggravated assault cases right after. I mean,
It's 2 ag AFMs and it's 1 assault impeding breath.
tell me what happened on the cases.
So Judge, officer dispatched of family disturbance, officer met with complainant 1 who shares children with the defendant, complainant 2 who's the brother of the complainant 1, and the witness who's the mother of the complainants. Defendant came home and complainant 1 was lying on the couch. Defendant started striking her with a closed fist multiple times in the face, causing pain. Defendant then grabbed a shotgun after the complainant 1 was fighting back in self-defense. Defendant put the shotgun in complainant 1's face and told her to stop crying. Defendant threw complainant 1 off the couch and began kicking her.
Yeah, that's gonna help.
Defendant then put his leg on complainant's throat, causing her breath to be impeded. Officers observed visible injuries on complainant 1 consistent with the events. Complainant 2 stated he called 911 when defendant took complainant 1's phone and left the scene. Complainant 2 tracked the phone and went to the location with the witness, who's the mother of complainant 1. Complainant 2 went to the door and defendant opened it and pointed a gun at complainant 2's face. Complainant 2 was in fear of his life. Witness stated defendant had assaulted complainant 1 on multiple occasions.
Ma'am, I'm keeping you. I think you're an extreme danger to the community. You pick up 3 felony cases while you're on bond for an assault here? I don't think so. No, he goes with you.
he deserves it. If he did all that later, wow.
Puts his foot to her throat and then he puts a gun to her?
Yes, and the witness actually,
Hell no.
in the felony cases is our complainant of assault bodily injury. The witness, the mom.
Okay, so I'm gonna have him sign an affidavit, no weapons and no contact with the complaining witness. That way, in the event that that happens, we'll have a contempt hearing. Mm-mm-mm.
Your Honor, you're taking him into custody?
Yeah. And the bond was way high. I mean, I'm gonna match the felony bond, you know? I think it's just, he stomps on her neck and he puts a gun to her head and then he puts a gun to someone else's head, right?
Yes.
Stop crying with the gun to the head.
Yes. And then kicks her. Like you said, like that's gonna help. Oh yeah, you can just hear the stuff being read off and know the hammer is about to drop. It's gonna be ugly when it does.
I hear you're leaving us.
I am.
That sucks.
I'm going to be
It's good. You're gonna have a lot of fun. It's gonna be extremely rewarding. You're gonna learn tons. So we wish you the best of luck. When's it gonna happen?
Monday.
Wow.
So I'm moving this weekend, but I was a DA for 2 years prior to up in Washington, so this is familiar.
Well, good luck. Thanks. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I mean, this dude's just,
Awful.
yeah.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Take care.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
In Harris County, Texas, Roseanne. So it's Houston area.
Oh, yeah, let's see.
I have a copy for you.
Great.
Because the visual might help, and you want to see it too. So, you see where the circle and the dots that you see on the white with the numbers, those are where he's at. So it's like he's kind of on the cusp of it, and then the bus is driving through that extension zone right here. So that's what made it trigger. If he's saying something, he didn't stop, so they don't have him stopping API and moving along. But like I said.
So he's really riding the bus then?
Yeah.
Okay.
And unfortunately, it just happens to go.
He was telling the truth. Look at that.
No, okay, Mr. Wheeler, come on up.
Go Houston. Good for him. He was telling
You're
the truth.
okay. Don't miss the bus again. I don't want to have to put you in jail because you continue to violate bond conditions, all right? Okay, all right, we're good. Thanks.
You're lucky.
If he's gonna continue to ride this route, we may see this again. We want to reduce the 200 to 100.
You tell me, what's the normal bus route you take? This one that here?
I think 50. I think 50 should suffice, 50 feet. And then
Okay.
200 feet right down there.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, for sure.
And you think you could like, I would get my curfew like to like 11 o'clock, I was trying to find a job.
Just, no, get a job first and then we can talk. But I'm not gonna just extend your curfew for the sake of extending because you want 11 o'clock. No. If you get a job and it requires you, then we can talk. But I'm not gonna do it just for giggles, you know? But that's probably a good idea, you know, get a job. You're still in high school though, right?
Oh
Are you
my
going? In the afternoon? What do you do for the rest of the day? Yeah, get a job. That would be great. Yeah, if you get a job and it needs you to stay out later, then we can talk. But I'm not gonna let you stay out just for the sake of staying out late. No. Yeah, you're what, 17 or 16? You're 20? I don't know. Get a job and then let's talk.
He's still in
Okay?
high school?
All right, thanks.
That's the second 20-year-old we've still seen in high school.
Okay, yeah, do you mind bringing up Hope, please, so we can do a, so just a normal reset for Mr. Wheeler. Yeah. What happened? It's okay, tell me.
Approaching on justice. Picked up another unauthorized leave of a.
Yeah, I know.
And it turns out he fled to that already on his first court date on the 3rd.
What?
Yeah.
220 days.
200 days.
200 days?
Yeah.
They just pled him on the felony.
Day 1.
Wow. What do you want to do, Pavel?
Judge,
This is our other room, areola, you know, where we just, whatever we do, just no matter what we do, no matter what we say, just continues to just do the same thing, go to the same.
Judge, I think in a case like this,
I'm at a loss with what to do as well, Connor. We need to like craft something. I don't know. Just because he'll tell us and with a big fat smile, anything we want to hear. And then he gets out and he still does. So I don't know. Coming up, Mr. Hope, let me just do this. Come on up. This way. Are you Armani Hope? Mr. Hope, you are wanted out of the state of Georgia for possession of marijuana greater than 50 pounds, possession of a firearm during the, sorry?
Not greater than 50 pounds. On the record.
Let me check, hold on.
So the other woman, she went back to school. She had dropped off and went back. So that's why she was there so old at 20. And this guy maybe didn't as well. It just is odd to see two 20-year-olds in trouble in court. They're still in high school on the same day.
Oh, I'm sorry. Possession of marijuana over ounce and under 50 pounds, possession of a firearm, weapon during a crime, brake lights and signals. That's what you're wanted for. Is that right?
Under 50 pounds is a lot different than over 50 pounds.
I know it wasn't over announced, so that's why it's just on the record. So it's certain
I'm
things
not
I'd
sure.
rather not.
Roseanne,
That's it. You don't have to say, I just want to know.
I just know it was definitely not over 50 pounds.
I agree with you. I was wrong. I was wrong. Over here on
That
this.
just sounds absurd to me. It says.
Right here, it says possession of marijuana greater than 50 pounds, but over here it says something different. So I'll go with what you're saying. Regardless, you're wanted out of Georgia. Did you want to waive formal extradition?
Excuse me?
Did you want to waive formal extradition?
Well, what we talked about when I spoke to the judge on the 30th, I believe, or either the first, when I first came in, she said either 14 days or 90 days, and I agreed to the 14 days that day.
Then that's what you must do here, waive formal extradition. So they have, Georgia has 14 days to come get you. If they don't, we release you.
Do I get counted as the time served when I seen the first judge here, or is it counted?
No, you get time from the time that you waive formal extradition. So since you didn't waive back then, you're waiving now.
I
So
did
that's
waive,
why.
but I just wasn't given the opportunity to speak to a lawyer, or I wasn't given that paper when I spoke to the lady judge. But
So you didn't waive then?
I did, on the record, I did waive it.
I don't know. I can check with our fugitive DA to see if that's the case.
Can you speak with her, because she
I will,
said,
yeah.
and I put my right hand to God, that I waived the 14 days already. She said either 14 days or 90 days, and I said 14 days, judge. And I was still handcuffed, and like I said, I didn't get an opportunity to speak
Check,
to a lawyer.
and then we'll put you on for Monday just to reassure, and then we'll talk then, because he's already gone now, but we'll check. Okay? Yeah, because you're gonna be here anyways for the next days as it is, so we'll put you on for Monday just to make sure, okay? For sure. Good luck, Mr. Hope.
I guess maybe he doesn't have high hopes. Or maybe he did have high hopes. Like he got caught.
Enjoying my last day.
I know, right?
It was
Okay, Victoria, where we at? Okay, come on. Hi, Chisholm, tell me. It's okay, talk to me.
Hi, Miss Mathis.
Okay,
The review today.
yeah.
Um,
So we'll just set her off for a week and see what happens. I don't know, but I mean, I'm not letting her out. It's her fourth bond violation. She does whatever she wants to do. And I've tried.
oh,
So-
I completely prejudged. Are we gonna set a bond today?
I did, no, but bond set is,
Oh,
I think it's 10,004.
2004?
Yeah, because I went 2,500 every time, you know? So
Okay.
we'll come back in, I guess, a week and then we'll see.
I'll get it set up. I agree. I'll get it set up for a week, Judge.
Whatever you want, you can have.
Yes, Judge. Thank you, Judge. That's it. My big excuse.
Yes, thanks. Connor, talk to me.
Judge, so I just checked, he has 98 days.
Oh, I'm not gonna just plead him. No, sorry. Nope. No.
Okay.
I need more time to figure out what we're gonna do, because if I plead him, in a week, we'll have another case. And so I don't wanna do that.
So I understand. So he will definitely be in custody at least for the next 70, because he just did the 200 on the felony.
Will you set it to late next week so we can figure out something?
Yeah.
And then I'll talk to Shatori to figure out what we can do.
Okay.
And then I'll loop you in on justice.
Sounds good, Judge. Thanks.
Thanks. Hey, hi, please.
Judge, I have a motion to sub on your queue.
I'll sign it for
In
you.
case we have on Monday.
For sure, I'll sign it. Just let them know.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jesse, you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Romero, come up.
That's the last name you're on?
Romero, correct. So this is a DWI PTI gone wrong. Mr. Romero, you were placed in the driving while intoxicated pretrial intervention program. I have here in my notes that they have removed you from the PTI program, but I don't know. Pavel, Mr. Jones, what do you guys tell me, since it's your program? What did he do? What did he not do? Has he done anything?
Let's see, so. Judge, on May first, Nathan had him out of the program, but on May third, I do see a note from Cynthia Morales. It says, recommendation will be to continue supervision as long as client is willing to attend and complete updated TRAS recommendations.
Which are what?
Well, we haven't done an updated TRAS, it would be to do an updated.
Oh, we need to do another TRAS.
Yeah, and then
We did, Your Honor. So, my understanding, going through the stream with Fanny and them, they recommended inpatient treatment. My client couldn't do inpatient, so they reassessed him already for IOP SOP, which he agreed to. So it's not like he was drinking or doing anything inappropriate. He just couldn't do inpatient, but after the reassessment, they felt IOP SOP would be okay.
If they told him it's inpatient, there's for a reason though, Mr. Gold, you know, this is,
I understand, Your Honor. I think that's why they did the reassessment, to make sure that IOP SOP would be appropriate. And after that reassessment, I believe they do feel that IOP SOP will be appropriate in this situation.
well, Pavel is saying that they need to do a new TRAS. Right?
That's like said updated. Huh? I don't know, when you read it, it said, it looks like said updated.
Yeah,
I thought he already did a new one, but we're happy to do whatever the court would like.
I mean, if you want one, we can send him right now to go do it since he's here. And then we can regroup up early next week.
Yes, Your Honor. If that's best for the court, we're happy to do that.
It says, obtain and completed updated TRAS recommendations and the other conditions that was also, I'm led to believe that it's already updated conditions. You read the rest of that?
I don't see it, TRAS, I do TRAS. I don't see that it's done with TRAS. That's just a recommendation.
TRAS I see is from October 24th, 2023, and that one has a recommendation of AWS PCI specific
That's,
issue.
then he needs a new one. You need a new one. Let's send him now. I mean, if you want to do it, otherwise you can, I guess.
If I can do it today, I will.
Did you want to stay in the
If you
program?
want to do whatever he needs to do to make this work, Your Honor.
But I mean, what if they say it's inpatient treatment? You know?
There's no way around it, then I will have to do it.
I don't know. I mean, I guess before we can really make an informed decision, let's have you do the TRAS. Let's see what it says, and then we'll have you come back and we'll see. I mean, you can't really make an informed decision until you have all the facts in front of you, right? And that's the main fact. Okay, Shatori, do you mind sending him, please? Okay, we're gonna do that. And then, Jesse, let's pick a day next week for him to come back. Shatori, how long
What's
do
the
you
best day
think?
for the court, Your Honor? Any day works for us.
Okay, so let's set it off a week then, okay, to get the results. While you're out on bond though, no alcohol, no drugs. I'm gonna test you. If you consume one drop of alcohol, I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand?
I understand.
Do you have
Judge,
a
I would request
device
any day
now?
but a Friday.
Do you have a device now?
Yeah, in my vehicle.
Okay. So what day did you say, Jesse?
Any day but a Friday. I just don't want to have to do with your arraignment day. So any other
Yeah,
day
yeah,
would
yeah.
be better for
Right,
us.
I see. I understand you. So what do we do next Thursday, yeah?
Perfect.
Okay.
I'm sorry, is that okay for you, sir? Or is that bad? Would you prefer
What's
to
the
do a
problem?
different day?
I would prefer Wednesday. I'm off Wednesdays from work.
Oh, okay. I don't know if we'll have it by that soon of Wednesdays. If you do it today, we'll set you off for the following Wednesday then. Okay. Hey, Victoria, on Romero, TRAS today. So if we can set him for the 22nd of May.
It's Romero.
Okay, so you must appear here on the 22nd, and then we'll figure out how to go forward on this thing. Don't fail to come, and don't, above all else, don't consume alcohol. You understand, sir? No matter what's going on in your life, no alcohol. Okay, so I'm gonna have you go to Victoria Center Reset. After that, you'll get with Shatoria for you to go get a TRAS, and then we'll see you in a week and a half. Okay?
Thanks, John.
Please.
How long of a reset?
Thank you, Your Honor. Maybe
22nd.
excuse.
22nd?
Yeah. Okay, are you good with that, Mr. Gold?
Yes, that works, Your Honor.
Okay, great. All right, thanks, bud.
Thank you. Have a good weekend, Your Honor.
Have fun.
Oh, Judge.
Hey.
Ms. Flores was assigned to her day.
You had her sign no driving affidavit because she didn't have insurance.
Correct.
She does have insurance now.
So she got insurance just within the last 30 minutes? I mean, I know that you can get it quick, so it's not.
Suppose she got it at the rootin' tootin' insurance company. I love that lawyer's look. Oh, somebody say it.
No. So I have here that you have an address of 10617
Okay,
Exeter
don't-
Street.
Old address, mine still is still on my driver's license.
What is the correct address?
The correct one is 106.
There, I'm just muting her address out. Not that any of you were going there.
She was arrested on a Mazda, didn't you say that?
Alexis.
Your Honor.
Okay, because I
I
have
don't have
here,
any keys to that, so why am I gonna get it? I put insurance on the car that I'm driving now, a Mazda.
yeah, that's what I have. So this is the only one that you can drive.
Yes, yes, my Mazda is what I'm driving.
Take it off then. Okay. All right, man, we'll take it off for you.
Okay,
Just
thank you.
no alcohol.
No alcohol.
Also, Judge,
Thank you, Ms. Flores.
um,
You can kill the affidavit.
Derek East. That's the gentleman who did 1.3 classes.
Correct.
Sitting back. I don't know. I talked to him, he paid for classes, he didn't have, the issue was he didn't have the money to pay for the classes.
This is the one, the classes were $10. He told us he had the money, that he was gonna get it done. And I told him, come hell or high water, if he didn't have it done, he'd stay with us.
Okay. What are you raising his bond to? I'm not arguing with you. I'm just-
I know you're not Carl, and I'm not saying that you are. I'm just, it really sucks that I have to take him in, and I mean, I don't want to.
He's
but-
trying, I think the primary problem he has is finances. I can send him the classes that are $10 a pop as opposed to the DA's classes, everybody else that are $50 a pop.
Bring Mr. East out, please. Yeah, he's back there. He's on the bench.
Okay. He's another
Wait, you say he was mouthy?
Yeah. That's what I said, they're all mouthy.
That's right.
Your Honor, last time I remember him saying he was gonna check his office to see if he put the money.
Right, that's right.
He did, it is a problem of finances, and he texted me last night that he got the money to take the second class, and he was 3 lessons into it. And he sent me proof of that.
Okay, to have.
Okay?
Hey,
I'm not giving him $10. $10 make you holler.
I've got a couple things. Roy Perez in the holdover, he's gonna plead. Okay, so he doesn't need to be taken in, right? We'll be good on him. My other one though, I'll tell you in a second.
Never mind. Be calm up there, sir.
Why is it that we had you here in the beginning of the week? All you needed to do was 2 classes and you couldn't get them done. Why? Yeah.
I haven't been able to complete all 3 of them because of money issue also. But the second one, I have started it, but wasn't able to complete it. I have started, but wasn't able to complete it.
You working?
Yes, sir. I'm working at the Fulton and at the thrift shop.
How much do you work a week?
2 days a week.
What else do you do with your time?
Other than that, I go help out with the community.
So how on earth is it that when you work only 2 days a week, you can't get the anger management classes done? They're $10 a piece. Why?
I completed 1 class, but
You're supposed to have 3 done.
I didn't know I was supposed to pay for 3 separate classes each week, sir.
I told you that on Monday. You knew this. Don't play Helen Keller.
I'm not, sir. I promise you I'm not. I promise you I'm not playing with you, sir. I'm not taking advantage of you, sir. I promise.
You are, because you have 3 full days that you aren't doing a darn thing. And you can't complete a 1-hour class.
Can you have these other 2 classes done by Monday?
Yes, sir. I'll have them done before Monday, sir.
No,
I promise.
you're gonna have to have 4 classes because Monday's another class.
I have 4. I have 4 then. I have 4, yes, sir.
See you Monday. If you don't have it done by Monday, I'm telling you, I promise you that you're gonna stay with me, Mr. East. I'm done playing. And do you ever come back here without having them done? That's it.
Yes, sir.
You have until Monday.
Yes, sir.
Done. Not, I'm halfway done. I've got this, the internet broke down. No, I don't care about your excuses. In one ear, out the other.
In one ear and stays in the other. Yes, sir.
You have until Monday.
Yes, sir.
Done.
Thank you, Judge.
He's lucky.
Get your brother, Carl.
Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Great, come on.
Yeah, so, let me get to him, Judge, trying to remember his name, not that one. Donnell Williamson is in the holdover. He's got a 2019 terroristic threat.
Maybe saying don't play dumb with me.
He's had a bond forfeiture in the past, I guess.
Maybe.
His bond is set at 3,000 plus.
1,918 days.
Yeah, he's gonna see if the court, they've offered time served. He is currently rejecting that. I was gonna see if the court would consider giving him a general order bond.
That's cute.
Cool. I'm gonna talk to him. I have approached your honor. I've done my duty.
I know, and I love you for it. But at 1,918 days and the multiple FTAs.
All right, let me see if he wants to time served. We don't.
I mean, if you want a trial, we can do the trial and I'll expedite it because he's in custody. But I mean, you're nearly 2,000 days old. You want a back rub too? You know?
Let me talk to him and then I'll do a short reset if he wants trial so I can look at everything.
Wait, did you have a plea too?
It's not ready yet.
Okay, is that it though? Just those 2 things?
No, I got it's gonna be on in the box, but she's waiting on it.
Okay.
Hilarious. Hey. Something new in a long time. What are you doing?
He wanted to know if you were sending him for a test.
No, I'm revoking his bond. No, but she said they didn't.
Dating Wheeler?
We are watching Judge Fleischer's court out of Harris County, Texas.
Yeah,
around
I don't know. I mean, I
It's
just,
awesome. The sentencing I was going to do today is not happening today, so I will change all my titles and thumbnails and everything else. But this judge is amazing.
And I'm also working with, a social worker with the MAP. Looking at getting them into a voice program. We're trying to figure out how to navigate the drug testing because he's only 20, so he qualifies for a lot of these programs. And so we're trying to get an interview set up with him for that, so that he can do that. The major concern that we have is the drug testing. If he is at this program in Beaumont, but I do know that one of the requirements for that program is that he remains sober. And so I'm working with the social worker to find out if they will be doing testing, how they maintain that requirement. That is a requirement of that program to be able to get into it. It's called a boys haven.
so Janae, hey, do you mind checking on Bonilla?
That's what I
Bonilla,
thought too.
you told me earlier that he didn't show up to the
And I felt
testing.
bad when I said
He's
it.
saying he showed up at like 4 o'clock or something later.
And he showed up at 4:31, they would have turned him away because he has to be there by 4:30. We would not take anybody after 4:30. We tell them, get there on time, check in by 4:30.
Do we know that he actually showed up or no?
They have a no-show in there, but I can call.
I mean, because on the BVR, it says that
The report is a no-show, but it says
here that he report
They
it
have
out.
a tech there to check people in, and at 4:30, if you get your past 4:30, they're gonna say no, and it's gonna count as a no-show. We tell them, you get your past 4:30, that's a missed drug test, and it's counting a no-show. Or you ain't text me at 4:30. So if you're not already in our queue to be seen, then you can ask for 30. I can see when he checked it, when he tried to check it, I can see what time he tried to check in.
Please.
I feel like we've had this conversation.
He's
This
never had a violation before.
about checking in on time and getting there. No show versus
Monday was his
you did it.
first test.
Didn't you were there?
He said he's 20. Who does he live with? On the streets. What about, where's mom and pop? Is it because of dope?
And so he has, I know he's gone to the hospital a couple of times and got medicine. I believe he's doing a little bit better, but he's on the streets for 3 years.
3 years he's been on the streets.
Okay, Judge, I have a report. That's the instruction. It was already instructed in the court. Of course, the drug testing closes at 4:30. I'm going to apologize. They should have submitted the bond violation. That seems like it's a pre-trial issue. He came in at 4:30. They thought he was an initial instruction. They should have checked him in.
Really?
Yes.
Can you bring him up?
I'm glad I read that note. So they thought he was first time coming in. So they made him wait.
Okay.
Yeah, and so they should.
So it's their fault.
It's
They
their
messed
fault.
up.
They should have.
They should have taken him.
About that too.
Okay.
Imagine
Yeah.
that. They messed up.
I mean, I almost put someone in jail because of that. That's, please.
We know somebody that is in jail that could possibly be because of that.
Yeah, he was right. It's the blind leading the blind. How on earth can we get, you know? Glad we didn't send him down. Hey, Lori, you want to talk to me while we're waiting?
Oh, yes, the Clarence guy are off docket, the guy who missed his thinking for a change, he is set to go, he's on the wait list to start back classes on May 9th. Yesterday. Just wanted to let you know.
Right, and I'm sorry.
Ooh, it's
I'm not
him.
gonna take you in. They messed up and they should have taken you in because you showed up and they were supposed to, but some knucklehead didn't take you in when they were supposed to. So I'm gonna reach out to their supervisor and see what we can do to have them spanked, okay? But you were in the right. So I'm not gonna take you in. I'd like to send you for a drug test now. How can we get you off the streets? Why is it that you can't go back with mom and pop?
Mom is just, she's doing her own thing, you know what I'm saying?
No, what does that mean? She's doing her own. Can you take?
I've been in the streets for 3 years now, you know what I'm saying? I got kicked out April 28, 2021. You know, like I've been on my own since then, you know.
I get that. I get that. And I don't know if you're trying to talk tough to me that you've been on your own for 3 years, but why?
Trying to help you.
Mr. Bonilla, it's only gonna get worse for you. The older you get, you're gonna be doing things you never thought you would be doing just to eat being on the street, man.
You may already be.
Why
doing
is it that you can't go back to your mom and pop? Right. That's what I'm trying to get at. Until you come to it and until you face that reality, I'm telling you, it's only gonna get worse the older you get.
Addiction, some people say addiction is fake, Judge, but like it's addiction is like a maze you can't get out of.
I know, and I want to help you get out of it. That's the rub, is we need to get you off whatever you're doing so that you can, at the very minimum, get back home.
I'm traumatized, you know, I've been awake for a couple of days now.
Oh, ain't that the truth, Roseanne? You see it way too much.
Hey, guys, I want to send it for a drug test right now, please. It's
Chad, I haven't set up, you want to report after, or you?
no, I need I want you to come back Monday. We need to figure out what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm not gonna let you keep slinging and doing that, whatever you're doing. It's not, and if I need to put you in jail to keep you from doing it, then that's what I'm gonna do. If you can't stop on your own, you're gonna do it my way.
And what about the poor and boys having?
Tell me about it.
It is the youth honor in Beaumont. They do have a requirement that they are drug free, so they're required to be sober as part of the program. It is up to 2 years depending on the ratio of work that they do.
And if they can't stay sober, let's do this. For now, I want to send it for a drug test. I want to see what's in your body. And I want you back here Monday, okay?
What time, 8:30? 8:30?
8:30 in the morning. We're gonna send you now. Don't use anymore. Come back Monday and we're gonna figure out where we're gonna go with this. Okay? You're killing yourself slowly, Mr. Bonilla, and I'm telling you, it's only gonna get so much worse the older you get. Things don't get better, they get a lot worse. So you can address it now, or you can address it in 10 years when you've lost everything, including your teeth. And it only gets so much worse. And that's nothing. That's nothing. The stuff that I've seen because people can't stop and what they'll do just to feed the addiction, it's unlike something you've ever seen. And what you'll do just to feed it, so if you don't stop now while you're 20, you wait till you're 40, God knows how much more difficult it's going to be. So I'm sending you now. Come back Monday and we'll figure out where we're going.
8:30?
8:30. Okay.
I think he'll do his best to help him. I hope he takes it.
Yeah.
That's something.
Dr. Williams.
Oh,
Yeah, can we do your thing?
you want to do both?
Yes. Yeah.
I agree, Chrissy. I do think he legitimately cares. And he really will do his best to help that guy if he takes it.
Stay away from her.
Well, that was that dude right there, right? So, yeah, no contact, no weapons, no going to where she lives, works. Do we know, is there any alcohol or drug usage?
No, we checked that out, but I didn't see anything that was in this.
Okay, so I would say just stick it to that. Yeah, come on, let's get it.
You want both of mine, you know, one's in
Yeah.
custody, one's not?
It's fine.
Okay. They're both gonna be terroristic threats, not family, so.
Let's,
Page 14,
Keener, come up.
Yep, I agree. I like watching him. I mean, he's entertaining, but he's fair and he does enjoy his job. And I think he really cares about people.
Mr. Keener, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. You cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, on December 17th of 2022, officers were dispatched to an assault on the family member. Complainant stated that she and the defendant had dated for 2 years and they had a verbal altercation that escalated to the defendant punching the complainant in her face with a closed fist while holding her son. Officers observed redness and swelling to the complainant's face. Criminal history was a theft in September of 2019 that was ultimately dismissed, as well as a criminal mischief in 2020, but that too was dismissed.
Mr. Keener, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand? I'm also entering in what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection. That is a court order that identifies Cornelia Ellison is a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence, an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is a stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot go in within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. You understand? If you violate this court order, the state can and will file a violation of a protective order against you. And that's the capital murder of misdemeanors. Do you understand? We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you go to Victoria Center reset. After that, I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box. I'll get your bond condition. I'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go. Show up to court. The next time you fail to show up, it's going to be really high. You understand? I have that you did. Regardless, don't miss court. That way.
Yeah. Mr. Williams, do you want to do them separately or together, Jim?
That's fine. Let's just get this
Good.
gentleman.
I wanted to see
This
who
is
this
Mr.
guy-
Williamson, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Williamson.
Good morning.
All right, sir, you're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you.
1,180 No more jail.
Thank you. They're offering you 3 days in jail to give you credit for the 8 that you've already done. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Do you understand?
Understand, so basically this is time served, right?
Correct. It will go on your record, Mr.
Williamson, Your Honor.
Mr. Williamson, and if you pick up any more cases from now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. Do you understand?
Understand.
How do you plead to the offense, sir?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty, follow the agreement, sentence you to it. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay. This way. Ready on your other?
Yes,
Come on.
Mr. President.
And Greg, what was his last name?
Perez, Your Honor.
Perez, that's right.
Yes, sir. What, Perez? Yes, and they're going to dismiss the marijuana case.
Got it.
Once you please.
All right, Mr. Perez, you're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the, they're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 2 that you've already done. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses, testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Would you accept this? You can never change this. Understand from now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any cases that you pick up. You understand?
Yes, sir.
As part of this plea bargain agreement, they're going to dismiss the weed case against you. Good luck to you, sir. Please see the clerk.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Right, CC.
I listed on here, so you don't.
Pavel, can you sign bond conditions on Keener? No contact, no weapons.
Yeah, I already read it.
All right,
Uh-oh,
Mr. Ariola,
he's back.
I really hope you do well. I really hope you do well. I never, ever want to see anyone fail. And I'm really not asking much from you. There's only 2 things. Don't go back to the Chevron. And 2, get the class done. That's it. You understand? If you don't, and if you go back to this location, I'm going to put you back into the same program that we did until it takes. You understand, sir? And I don't care if you're kicking, screaming, crying. I promise I'm going to do this. I'm going to promise unicorns. I'm going to promise Bambi. I'm going to promise Thumper. Don't go back. Are we clear?
Yes.
You've heard it from everyone. You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. You understand that we're doing a probation today. I'm going to have you sign an affidavit. This is a promise that you're making to me today, that you're not going to go back to this location. If you violate this, I can hold you in contempt and put you in jail for 180 days every time you go back to this location. You understand? Okay. How do you plead to the offense of criminal trespass? I will not find you guilty. We're doing a straight. Okay. I'm going to find you guilty. I will sentence you to 180 days in jail, but I will probate that. How long then? For 2 years. That means I'm watching over you for 2 years to make sure that you're not going back. Are you going to be able to complete this?
I will.
Okay. We shall see. I really hope so. So the only thing we're doing on the probation is thinking for a change. And then no contact with the Chevron, no going to the Chevron.
That's the court ordering you not to go to that Chevron, you understand?
You've also heard it from Siam and everyone there. I'm taking all your fees away. You don't have to pay for anything. All you have to do is show up. If you fail to show up, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I will not have any sympathy if you fail to do it or if you go back. If you go back, I swear I'm going to explode from anger. Do you understand, Mr. Ariel? Okay. Good luck.
I wonder what it is about that Chevron he cannot stay away from. Carmen, if you're still here, how many puppies did she have? You haven't told us. I guess suckered into getting one because they'll be super cute.
And I just put them all up in there too.
Great.
Yeah, I don't. It's all of them, Roseanne. Like, it's everyone at that Chevron. It's not a woman. It's they called a guy. I don't know if you heard that to tell him to stay away. Uh, it's a lot of people there, from what I have gathered. So I don't know if a woman started, like if that was where it started. I have no idea.
Yeah, because I gotta, I got a jet. Okay, come on.
Page 2, Osborne,
10,003. And I need to do a bail order on that one. Yeah, of all of them, please. So Osborne,
next one is Barnett, right below Osborne, Barnett. The one that had the felony.
I did PC.
Yes, she had felony open warrant.
Okay. Did appoint her a lawyer, I guess.
All right, he's rambling right at the moment. So I don't know if he's almost done. And I will go change the all the stuff about this non-sentencing stream and see if I can figure out when they are going to sentence Miss Haley Brown. I don't know why that they could not get her sentencing report complete. It can't be that long, you wouldn't think. I don't know. See if anybody else comes up. His courtroom's getting pretty clear. I thought he was coming back. And Carmen, yeah. don't
Victoria,
go
who
through
else?
by the walls. And I think they said something about a slot machine being at that. Chevron. I think he was that slot machine that he liked.
2501.
All right, he's just finishing his stuff up. All right, well, when he ends, I guess I'm gonna end. Yeah, Roseanne, I don't know. They did mention a slot machine, so I don't know. Um, yeah, this guy's been in this courtroom like every day that I have watched it. He's been in this courtroom, and he was going to represent himself yesterday. They went through this whole thing, and he was going to represent himself, and then he kept changing his mind. Finally, apparently, changed to have the attorney there. She was going to be there regardless. That judge said she'll be here. So I'm glad he changed his mind. She seems like she'd fight for it for her clients because she certainly fought for him. And I didn't think I was kind of on the fence if he deserved to be out or not because I didn't trust he wasn't going to go right back. I still don't know. But the guy that he was convinced was letting him come back, they had on the phone, and he told him, "Don't come back. You're going to make me lose my job." And then it seemed to kind of click for a second, so hopefully it stays there. Well, at least it wasn't a snake, Carmen. What? What kind of bone? Yep. And that you just don't know. It's like time doesn't pass in casinos. You walk in, it looks the same at daytime, nighttime. It doesn't matter. It's very easy for time to just go away. Yeah, casinos are weird. If you get addicted to it, especially. Uh, Carmen, when you tell somebody they don't want to know something, they want to know. At the very least. Oh, okay, well, good. At least I'm not there and you can't say to touch it. So try to see if we're missing anything. We aren't. There's like two more people sitting in this courtroom, so I don't know if they're just there, if they're waiting on people. I can't tell if that one behind the attorney that's stretching is an attorney. Well, she's leaving. Carmen sent me a picture of whatever she found in her yard, so I will let you all know if you're missing anything. I don't know that that's a weird, Carmen. People use that to voice things up. Could be weird. Are you just now noticing that? They could be like, they could have used it for deer or something, Carmen. No, that's gross.
DeMarcus, with bond violations. Bond violation.
Wasn't he taking it?
No.
Oh, that was.
Sam, where is he? Please.
I agree, Gabby. Don't touch anything.
DeMarcus Williams. DeMarcus Williams.
Hey, good man.
So Sam and I are both on this case. I'm on the felony cases, Your Honor.
Okay.
I went to talk to Judge Armstrong about the capias. She wasn't willing to lift the capias.
Oh, he's in felony custody.
Well, he was here, and we just spoke to him, and I just let him know that there was a warrant out for his arrest. He said he had to make a phone call.
He took off. Yeah. I knew I should have taken him into the jury box when I saw him. Damn it. He has 2 felony warrants and they're both at no bond. He got wind of it and right. Okay, I'm revoking his bond and I'm setting it at the same thing over there. I'm revoking all of his bonds and they're all gonna get like 20,000 now. So yeah, he's
I'm trying to call him now, Judge.
It's
He was in the jury box for a while, Judge, today. I saw him in the jury box for a long time.
He was in for a while, came out, talked to us, went back in, came back out.
damn it. Okay, it is what it is. I'm revoking him, setting him sky high. He's a dangerous dude, man. Yeah. Okay. So just keep me in the loop. We'll get him.
We'll do it, Judge.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's not, come on. It's not you. You just,
I just hate that I wanted him to address everything, and that's what Judge Armstrong said as well. And
yeah,
so
it's not until he, right. Okay, guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Judge. Thanks. All right. Thanks, guys.
I had to see him.
Hey. Victoria. So on Williams' case, all of them at 20,000 and he's got what? He's got aggravated robbery, engaging, another felony theft, and then he picks up 3 cases with us, 20,006 on all of our cases. And I have to do BOs on all of them. I gotta go. Hey, Deputy Garza, you killed it today. Thank you. And Danae, you killed it today. You did so good. Thank you so much. And I know we're fast. Fridays are like that. So you did great, really. No, you killed it. You really did good. Great. Thank you so much. Okay.
Oh, I guess he's done. Let me see if I can find it real quick because I was looking for it last night on Court TV, Roseanne. I couldn't find it. Give me a sec. And I'm gonna have to do a internet search to see if I can find out when Haley is going to be sentenced. Well, she's right there at the Sandra Dorley. Oh, I didn't watch this because I saw Monroe County and I was thinking Monroe County, Florida. I was also thinking Monroe County is the next county over from me. And yeah, so I thought maybe it was um like one of those things that happened. Just give me a second. Let me get everything turned up, boosted. Now, be warned. Oh, and then she addresses it 10 days later. Oh, it's going to be awesome. Be warned, this is body cam footage, so remember the beeps. Yeah, I saw that it wasn't in any Monroe County that I knew. Because my first thought was Monroe County, Florida, like I said, that it was one of those people down there. Hey, I did not tell you to start. I haven't even seen this yet, and I'm sure she backpedals. All right. Remember the beeps. I don't have it muted. Why is there no sound? All right, Carmen, why is there no? There it is. Ouch.
55 and a 35. Okay. Can you come? Can you please come over here? You're on. This is on a traffic stop, ma'am.
Yes, it is. You can call Dennis Kohlmeyer right now.
Okay. I'm telling you why I stopped you. You didn't stop at all. Did you not hear my lights or sirens or
No, I
anything?
didn't actually. I was on the phone.
Okay. Well, you're not supposed to be on the phone while you're driving either.
Yes, I am with the hands free. Absolutely.
Okay. Why are you so upset at me? I'm doing my job. You just admitted to me that you were going 55 and a 35 on
Can you
Phillips
please tell
Road.
him to leave me alone? It's
Officer Christopher,
Christopher.
can you stay over here, ma'am? This
No,
is a
I'm
traffic.
not
This is a
staying
this
over
is a
here.
legal traffic stop. Do you have your ID?
No, it's in my purse. Here.
You have your purse right there.
No, this is my lunch. Would you talk to Dennis? This is ridiculous. Go away.
Hello, sir. Good, ma'am. Can you please stay at the back? This is a ma'am. This is a legal traffic stop. Can you please stay over here,
No. Hey, baby, get your little guy out of here.
sir? I stopped her for going 55 and a 35 on Phillips
On
Road,
Phillips Road.
and
Coming
she
home from
failed
work.
to stop. She drove all the way back home and parked in her garage. And now she's not complying with any of my commands. Ma'am, do not go inside.
Oh my God.
Yep. All right.
I don't
Ma'am,
know,
come
Gavin.
outside. You can't just go inside. This is a traffic stop. Here's your phone
I
back.
understand the law better than you. Would you just
953. Can you have a
leave me alone?
supervisor come to the scene?
No, get out of my fucking house.
I don't know why you're acting like this towards me.
Because
Can you please go to the back of the vehicle?
I'm not going to. I'm home.
Yes, Carmen.
Okay, 55.
I don't care if you got home. You were supposed to stop at Phillips Road when I pulled you over. When my lights were
I
initiated.
didn't know you were stopping me. There was lots of other people on the road.
I was right behind you.
Okay, 2 things. District Attorney, FYI. You made me lose my train of thought, dummy. If he wasn't pulling you over, get out of the way, which you didn't. And 2, just because you make it home is not base. It's not home base, and you're home free, and I can't take it. I hope he tows your car. She's like, well, I'll drop my own charges against me. But I hope he tows her car. That's ridiculous. I'm going to be punching the air like Gabby was last night. And I was just thinking how happy Gabby probably was to not have to be punching the air today.
Yeah, there were other people on the road too.
Okay, I was directly
I'm not-
behind
I'm
you.
not dealing with you right
Can
now.
you please step over here?
I'm not going to.
What is the reason you're so against what I'm doing? I'm doing my job. You say you're a DA?
I am the DA.
Okay.
Okay, let me get you my badge. I am the DA of Monroe County.
Let me get you my badge.
I
You should have just like shoved her in her car.
just
right
don't
there.
understand the hostility towards me. I'm doing my job.
You're being an asshole.
How am I being an asshole?
I am the DA of Monroe County.
I understand
Yes,
that, but
I'm
that doesn't
coming
give
home
you
from
a
work,
right
and
to
I
go
was the-
55 and a 35. And you even admitted to me that you went 50. I
don't
understand
really
that,
care.
ma'am.
I don't really
I understand that.
I don't, you know what?
Here's my
If you're
badge.
doing traffic ticket, that's fine. I'm the one who prosecutes it, okay? Just go ahead and do it. Go ahead.
See,
I just don't understand the hostility.
I told you she would drop her own charges. I'm the one that prosecutes it. This woman. What?
I understand you're coming home from work.
And half the time I was on the phone with Dennis telling him, why are you pulling me over?
You're not even supposed to be on the phone to begin with. You
Oh,
should
yes.
know that.
Oh, I'm hands-free? Absolutely.
Okay.
You should know the law.
Okay. If it is hands-free, that's great. But at the end of the day, you're going 55 and a 35. That's 20
Okay.
miles over the speed limit.
Okay, you know what? That's fine. You know what I've been dealing with all day? 3 murders in the city. And do you think I really care if I was going 20 miles over the speed limit?
I'm just doing my
I would
job.
get
If
in
you
front of
pulled,
the
if
thing.
you pulled over when you saw my lights, which obviously you did,
I thought you were going somewhere else because I thought no one would ever pull a black SUV if you ran my plates.
I
If
didn't run
had-
your plate. I just called your plate out, and then I'm following you because you're not stopping. So I had to take the air from dispatch.
Just please.
953. You can have the air back, by the way.
Because I'm gonna take hers.
Just come outside over here.
No, I'm not going outside.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you just to leave.
Well, I'm having a supervisor come because that's what my chief told me to do. Do you have your driver's license?
I just showed you my driver's
You show me your badge.
Well, that counts as driver's license too.
14-year-old having a seizure, 200 East River Road, apartment 200 on the 3rd
Because
floor.
I was going 55 up Phillips Road. And I was
She's
just
part
trying
of. She's
to-
a DA.
Yep, I know.
And I was just trying to pull into my driveway.
Because
I
you
was
wanted
on the
to
phone with Dennis.
get
Coleman. I
home
was saying,
base.
"Could you please tell the person who's following me that
Listen,
I'm almost
ma'am,
home."
ma'am, I understand you were going home, but I started my lights back at Phillips Road.
I'm on Phillips Road. Yes,
Yes.
you did. And there are other cars.
I was right behind you, directly behind you. At the end,
Go ahead. Like,
listen,
you want
at
to,
the end of the day,
go ahead if you want to write me a traffic ticket. That's fine.
okay, at the end of the day, I was stopping you for speed. If you
I've
just
had a
stopped,
really bad day. I've been dealing with
and I
murders
get
in the
it,
city
and I
all
get
day.
it. We have bad
I'm
days
sorry,
also,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry, I'm sorry.
We have bad days also. I'm gonna just add it to the job real quick. You can just go and actually add it. You don't have to use the air. At the end of the day, I was just making a traffic stop, doing my job, what I was supposed to do.
Well, fine. Thank you.
Okay? So now supervisor's on his way, and then we'll go from there.
Supervisor's gonna have here?
Huh?
Who?
Sergeant Johnson. I understand you had it. Like, I get it. We all have bad days at work.
And I'm gonna go in the house. Seriously. This is ridiculous.
No, this is a traffic stop, and you, out of everyone, should know that if there's a legal traffic stop, which I have the right to detain you until this is done.
Then just write me the fucking ticket. I really
Wow.
don't care.
Hey, good luck
Well,
getting
then
the
just
house
hang
bill.
out at the back of the car.
Because I'm the one that's gonna prosecute myself.
I-
You know what I'll do with the ticket?
Told you.
Okay. Just come out here for me and
I'm
just stand.
not walking out there. I'm not. Hey, baby, right? Here's a good
Corey, you just want to
Should
stand
not
up here.
Be allowed to do that. Somebody else. There's got to be an assistant.
Yeah, as long as
DA.
it's added to the job. Sergeant on his way?
Because you said 10-4.
Okay.
So it could be.
I would not like having her as my neighbor.
He turned around, I didn't know if it was me, I wasn't sure because there were other cars going back and forth, then I got to turn into the field press, and I'm like, I'm just gonna drive home. That's what I did. So I did my story. And I got on the phone with Dennis, I don't know, even before when I turned in and said, it's me that they're stopping, just tell them it's me.
Question number 1 out of the supervisor's mouth. What do you do when you see lights and sirens, emergency vehicles behind you with their lights on? What do you do first? If she can answer that question, then she would know the answer to her question of, I didn't know that he was pulling me over. Because she would know. Because he would pull over behind her. And all would have been revealed to her. The smartest woman in New York, right there. Chrissy, I was wondering where you were at. My hair won't even take her. My hair started falling down when she came on. Yeah, she thinks she's entitled to get off because she's always, you know who's going to prosecute this ticket? Me. So I'll just throw it out. Yes, your answer is correct, Gabby. You pull over. It's like elementary, like Judge Fleischer said. Yes, just tell him it's me. Just tell him to go away. Who's following me? I can't with this woman. I cannot. And she goes on and on and on.
So I don't know, that's really
General rule of thumb is if you see the lights behind you, pull over.
942. You know what, there are other cars in full.
942.
I'm just gonna pull in.
Yeah, I mean, the two stuff. I would advise against that. I mean, you're supposed to pull off to the side of the road if somebody with their emergency lights is coming behind you anyways.
That's right, sir.
Corey, it's fine. Just
Okay, my YouTube page just shut down. Am I still here? Um, hmm. Weird. Weird, weird. I don't have any warnings. Hang on one sec. Surely the news didn't shut me down. Oh, and they interview her? All right, give me a sec because I gotta. Oh. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. The whole thing just closed. That whole screen. Carmen, I couldn't tell what was in that picture you sent it. And yes, Stormy, we blame you again. Yeah, I don't know what happened towards the end. I have no warnings. All right, Carmen, it's probably an. Oh. Well, never mind. All right. I will pay attention to where this is time-wise, that's so weird, never.
Come, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, come
Okay?
on, just.
This is what my chief wants. That's at the end of the day, you called him. I spoke to him on your phone, and this is what he wants.
Okay, thanks, Gabby. It wouldn't be your fault, Roseanne.
Seriously, there's 3 officers here already. I'm waiting for supervisor.
You guys can go. You guys go. I'll wait here. Wait for Sarge or LT. Sounds like LT is coming though.
Oh, thank goodness, I was going 20 miles an hour over the speed limit on Phillips. I didn't pull over, I just figured I'd drive to my driveway and stuff. You should have run the plate, it's a big black SUV. It's a big black SUV. And now.
What does a big black SUV have to do with any of this? And I am pausing a lot to avoid getting any copyright stuff going on me. So, but I'm also pausing a lot because she's ticking me off. And I don't understand. I can't imagine explaining this to anybody that I know that would not ask me why I thought I should just drive home. They would all look at me like I was ridiculous. Yeah, I was thinking that too, Chrissy. It's, oh, I would want to put her in cuffs too, and a gag, just to shut her up. I'd be like, can we have a gag order on you? I hope there's an excuse for it, Roseanne, because if there's not, that makes it worse. If she really, really thinks that that badge gets her out of everything, because she would be the first to probably prosecute an officer if he did the same thing. Well, Gabby. But a big black SUV, who cares? Exactly, Roseanne. That's why there's nobody I know that I could say this to that would not be their first question of why did you not pull over like you're supposed to get out of the way. I guess I'm going to get a big black SUV and then I can just say, because I was in a big black SUV. I feel like I'm on a boat. You're probably right,
About
Roseanne.
55 and 35 on Phillips. She didn't stop at all. She decided to drive home, called the chief, and this is where we're at. She's admitted multiple times to me. So I attempted to stop her on Phillips Road, going 55 and a 35. Didn't see the plate. I was just keeping an eye on the vehicle because she wasn't stopping. Drove all the way here, pulled into her garage, got out, was just being aggressive towards me for no reason. Then she called chief, and that's why I requested a supervisor. And now she wanted to go inside, told her no, you can't go inside, and this is where we're at. So.
It's a really bigger deal. When you start calling, it's a much bigger deal. Well, you call us. What do you want us to do? Not do our job because it's you? No, it's fine. I said, write me a ticket.
And I'll dismiss it.
I was not stuck in Gulf Road at 5:30. Well, you broke another rule because of that, right? You should know better. That's not fair. That's an arrestable offense. You know that.
717, I got nothing showing all set.
Why would you have to pull it? Made it a bigger deal than it needed to be. You knew what you were getting stopped.
Whew, sorry, I thought I scared myself.
I gave it back to her. It's attached to the job and everything, so.
I didn't want to stop until I was right down the street. I figured I would just stop in my driveway. That's what I figured. I thought it would be easier.
I'm still rolling, so.
Yeah, you, I mean, it's your traffic stop. I'm not gonna tell you how to handle it.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm still rolling, so don't say what a bitch she is. She's ridiculous.
I'll wait till LT is done talking. I mean,
17, I guess, sorry for the unknown.
Seven one seven ten four. Looks like it's an open line on a cell phone with people that were yelling to one another.
Was it the DA?
Tennis court area.
yeah, he got out of the vehicle, everything, so. I mean.
10 for all advice.
Explained to her. I mean, she knew exactly that she was going 55 in a 20 or a 35. She even called the chief.
I can't
So
stand
it's
her
like,
laugh.
you know, like.
Yes. The guy in there is the officer in there.
I don't care just writing her the speeding ticket and being done with it, but
awesome.
Technically, it's a arrestable offense if she didn't stop.
And you know, one of these days, this woman will probably be a judge.
713. 713. I'll be stepping out at 293 Taft Ave on this. Check for my missing person.
Yeah, I mean, I was just assuming that you all knew.
They don't care who you are, lady.
No, a lot of us have, at least everybody working today except for the surgeon. What's
17 all set. Make contact over the phone, accidental call.
what's the deal? You got
One more.
ticket? What are you gonna do? I mean, it's your stop. I'm not gonna interfere with that.
Yeah. I mean,
So it's
I
gonna be
get
clear in
that she
about
came home. I mean, obviously, if I
It
just
makes
trying
no
to,
sense.
yeah,
I explained that to her. It makes no
like
sense to her.
she came home, she failed to stop. I mean, it's arrestable offense. I'm not trying to arrest the DA of the county, but also I don't want to not do my job and not at least write her something. So
No,
I
I
think
get it, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna.
I'll at least write her the freaking going 55 and a 20. At the end of the day, I got discretion whether or not.
No, I get it. I understand.
So.
Hello.
Wonder who he was calling. I mean, if he does nothing, she continues to do whatever she wants. If he does something, she'll dismiss it and continue to do whatever she wants. Now our neighbors are walking by, which is freaking hilarious.
I'm only just gonna start the one ticket.
Oh, absolutely, Roseanne. All of us would be in cuffs and in the back of the car already. I've never heard a regular radio and police car going. I mean, I don't know what they're kind of looking at him with going, I'm not going to, this is your stop. I don't know if they're kind of like, look at my eyes, trying to tell him what to do without telling him what to do. I would be very curious at what they would do if they were in his shoes. It's good that they released it. She deserves it. She way overstepped her boundaries. Absolutely. Calculating her fines. And plus this, and plus this. Imagine Judge Fleischer. All right, I'm going to mute his typing for you. Do you know how many times that she has probably stood in a courtroom and says, nobody's above the law, especially that defendant? Because I always point, right? I think that's like 101 of prosecutor orientation is how to point. The defendant, that man over there, they do it every time. It doesn't matter how long their opening statement is because they just keep doing it. And she did it that day. It's ridiculous. And your total is? My total is nothing because I will dismiss it. Yeah, that's probably true, Chrissy. Because they're out of trouble. I don't know the outcome, um, but I saw that she does some follow-up interviews, so we'll check those out. Who, me? Yes, I have. Yeah, that's probably true. No, no, I never said I've never been pulled over. It's not what I said, and I'm not going to say what I said because I'm not going to jinx myself.
I just want you
He's
to
just
be
riding
here
for the speed.
for this whole thing. I don't have my a body camera. So,
Mine's still going.
trying to think. I tried to get hold of the camera. It's not on.
713, I'll be out at 317 map band on this.
No. I mean, Corey, compared to you, I have never been pulled over. Oh, by accident, Roseanne. Do you know who I am? I'm an ER nurse. Just kidding. I know you wouldn't do that. Taking forever to write those tickets. Carmen, at least that padlock's open. Wasn't around anything. Roseanne was playing DA that day. Yeah, Carmen, we're not going into that. That's too long of a story. Good heavens, sir. It's a lot of typing.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gnats or whatever.
Gats. They're not gats. Probably a good idea, Carmen. Please stop touching things. Gabby, it doesn't matter. I don't think it's going to matter what her order comes out to. She's just going to be like, oops, never saw that ticket. Dismissed. She's like, it's nothing because here's my badge. I'm a DA. Which makes me think she's never done anything shady in her life when prosecuting anybody. It's all been on the straight and narrow, right? Huh. I'm going to say probably not. Just my opinion. I have no idea. Don't sue me. And I'm going to New York, so you can't arrest me. Are you done? Oh, I hear the printer. Well, that's true. We did learn that this week. I have all my teeth too, so that must mean if she arrested me, I'm also not guilty. Oh yes. Excuse me, madam. You are the DA, the one and only, the queen of the world DA. Yes, Karen, but you weren't told why. Ah, that's loud. I can't wait. She's gonna be so happy. She did. She got me. Oh, let's get some beeps.
All right, ma'am. So I'm issuing you speed in zone 55 and a 35.
That's fine. I'll take care of it since I'll be prosecuting myself.
Okay. At the end of the day, if you see my lights and sirens behind you, and obviously they're going off, just pull over. We can have a conversation and be on our way. I kept my eye on your vehicle. I'm not going to check my computer to see what plate it is if a vehicle is not stopping for me. I want to keep my eyes on that vehicle for my safety, so I make it home at the end of the day. Okay?
I apologize, but
I'm sorry that you had a bad day.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry it went this way, but I do respect what you do. Have a good day, man.
But I would say that here's the thing to call them on this. You know,
I would just walk away.
Completely unreadable.
Directly across from what?
If you're at the stop sign of Phillips Road.
All right, they cut to sound there, not me. They're not the city council. They're not city planners.
Okay, I gotta put the job in now. Do you know her location? I believe she's trying to say she's at the pier of Webster Park.
All right, thanks.
All right, I will see. Sorry.
Thank you.
He's just happy he's got confidence.
Lake Road.
She's not sorry. community members rally around. Is that the one we need to watch next?
Well, a pre-recorded apology from embattled Monroe County District Attorney Sandra Dorley following her controversial encounter with Webster Police, who says she failed to pull over when caught speeding.
This Monday, I failed you and the standards that I hold self to. And for that, I am so sorry.
Sandra Dorley recording this message saying she's sorry for what happened last Monday when this encounter with police went down at her home.
So why didn't you just stop like you're supposed to?
Because I didn't feel like stopping on Phillips
Well,
Road at
that's not your
5:30.
choice. You know that.
No, it's
Well,
not.
I
It's
made
Monroe
my
County, New
choice.
York.
You should know better.
Did I have any traffic tickets?
That's not a traffic ticket. That's an arrestable offense. Sandra?
Police already have a tough job, and that day I made this officer's job harder. I've been humbled by my own stupidity, and I'm fully to blame.
That's horrible audio too.
We have team coverage tonight. There have been calls for Dorley's resignation. She says that she is not stepping down. The DA's pre-recorded apology surfaced at 6 this morning. The statement has prompted discussions about the district attorney's next steps and questions about her future. 13 WAM's Jackie Napier begins our team coverage, breaking down the reactions and proposed course of action from both Democratic and Republican leaders. Jackie, what have you learned?
Good evening, Stephen. In her video statement, Sandra Dorley noted that if one of her assistant district attorneys had behaved as she did, they would have faced disciplinary action. Now, the Monroe County district attorney says she's imposing discipline on herself.
Sure, she is.
In a statement released Monday morning, District Attorney Sandra Dorley expressed commitment to full transparency and said she is taking steps to hold herself accountable.
I'm referring the entire matter to a district attorney from another county for review and will fully cooperate with that investigation. I'm going to self-report this incident to the grievance committee, and I will cooperate with their investigation. I will take ethics training to remind myself that professionalism matters.
The apology coming 1 week after refusing to pull over for a speeding ticket and then arguing with a Webster police officer who followed her home to question her actions. The incident caught on body camera video.
Have a good
I
weekend.
think we all watched the video on Friday afternoon with horror. Just cringeworthy in terms of seeing how the reaction was between the district attorney and the police officer, and none of us found that to be acceptable.
Governor Kathy Hochul says the matter has been referred to the Commission on Prosecutorial Conduct, which has the authority to review and investigate prosecutors' conduct. State Senator Jeremy Cooney says he supports a bipartisan, fact-based investigation.
We can be disappointed, we can be angry, we can be frustrated, but right now she deserves due process just like any other member of Monroe County. This is really about restoring trust across Monroe County and across New York State.
Patrick Riley, the Monroe County Republican chairman, says the party continues to fully stand behind Dorley. In a statement, he said in part, quote, "Nobody is perfect and everyone has a bad day. District Attorney Dorley has atoned, should not and will not be going anywhere." The Commission on Prosecutorial Conduct will prepare a report detailing its findings and recommendations upon completing its investigation. The Onondaga County District Attorney will be reviewing Dorley's conduct, according to the Monroe County DA's office.
All right. Raise your hand if you think she's going to actually face any consequences for her actions. I see no hands raised. You can tell me all day long that something's going to happen to her. She's going to face something, and she's not. Uh-oh. On a different note, but probably you put your hand down. This is interesting.
Back on the record on the Reed matter.
All right, there's sort of a side issue in the Reed matter. So the defendant and her lawyers have been excused. Okay, so why don't counsel identify yourselves, please?
Sure. Adam Lally for the Commonwealth, Your Honor.
Okay.
Sarah McLaughlin for the Commonwealth.
All right, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Timothy Bradel on behalf of non-party Aidan Carney, who for the record is present in the courtroom.
Hey, does Mr. Carney want to sit with you?
I think he's okay right there.
Okay.
If that's all right, Your Honor.
All right. So Commonwealth, so I do want to say a question before we begin. Commonwealth, in your motion to exclude an individual charged with witness intimidation in connection with this case from the courtroom during the testimony of certain witnesses, before we begin, are you advancing the concerns of the DA's office or the concerns of the witnesses themselves, or both?
Both, Your Honor.
Okay.
All right. So before he goes on, they paused it because Turtleboy's in there. If you don't know who Turtleboy is, he is definitely on the side of free Karen Reed. And he has been arrested and charged, I don't know with what, in this matter of, because he's been there for all the hearings, at least until I guess I didn't realize he wasn't allowed to be there at all. So, and anytime he can make his presence known, he's going to make his presence known. And so apparently he made his presence known. I'm very curious, and then I'm gonna wrap it up.
Judge, if I may, I'm sorry to jump in, but just if I may, I do have what I think is a pretty substantial procedural objection.
Okay.
Maybe I'd ask that you sort of just make a quick bifurcation of the issues here, and we can address the procedural issue before we get into the substance of the motion.
Sure, I'll hear you.
If we could. Thank you very much, Your Honor. Your Honor, so the record is clear, because we may need an appellate record in this case.
Okay.
But I was here in the Norfolk Superior Court today, completely unrelated to Mr. Carney, my client, as you know, in the other matters. And I was here today on the matter of Commonwealth versus Tylee Curry for a motion to suppress. And
Which is a case that I am in the middle of
Right.
that motion to suppress with you.
Exactly. And I actually figured that we wouldn't do the motion and get a date. But I was fully focused on that matter and had no notice whatsoever that the Commonwealth was in the Reed matter, was seeking to exclude my client as a journalist from this courtroom. The first thing is that, and I know the court has a job to do in terms of ruling on this motion, and that's fine. And I asked that the ruling be that it be denied on procedural grounds. The procedural grounds are, Judge, that there's been no service of process whatsoever on a case where the government is seeking to essentially trample all over my client's First Amendment rights as a journalist. On 15 minutes notice. You know, I know you gave me the thing 15 or 20 minutes ago.
And it's more than a half an hour, but I understand.
All right, well, you get the point. So, you know, this is not something that I can process and absorb and make any sort of cogent arguments on the merits of the motion on that time period. I'm sure that the court respects that. I'm trying to address it as best I can, but I think that the procedural issues here should control. And here's the procedural situation, Your Honor, that the government filed this 6-page motion. There's a footnote 2 that refers to them serving this motion on May 8th to the Associated Press.
Wow.
Why they couldn't just pull up my email and serve me is an open question that I'd like an answer to in open court. So they can serve the AP.
Hey, I can do it for you because I have to pause this or I will get copyright. It was an oversight and they're sorry. They didn't mean to. They didn't mean to give it to the press before they gave it to you, who represents this guy who is trying to be there as the press. There you go. We'll see what the state has to say. See how far off I was. They'll, of course, doctor it up and make it fancy and pretty, but that's just there. That's what I think the gist of it will be.
2 days ago, but they can wait and not even serve me with the motion when I get here to court today on a completely unrelated matter, I might add. So there's some funny business going on here. And, you know, there's been nothing but funny business from where I sit from the Commonwealth on Mr. Carney's matters. And here we go again. So I don't appreciate that from counsel, from the Norfolk County DA's office, number one.
Right.
Number two, Your Honor,
They must be friends with the woman we just watched. Maybe they'll get investigated too.
Mr. Carney has covered this case and written about 350 news articles on this case. He has developed evidentiary scoops on this case that have added to the quantum of evidence in the matter. He's never caused a problem. He wishes to be in the galley of journalists like everyone else and cover the case. There's never been a problem whatsoever. This is more personalized retaliation from the Norfolk County DA's office against Mr. Carney. Another point, Your Honor, is that this matter, as far as the Commonwealth is concerned, is res judicata ×2.
He's East Coast.
Judge Krupp in this very court addressed this exact issue about Mr. Carney covering this matter, being in the courtroom with witnesses that had a stay-away order. All the same people that the government is trying to have another bite at the apple with here. All these people, this was adjudicated fully with the special assistant DA before Judge Krupp, and Judge Krupp ruled against the Commonwealth. Judge Krupp said that Mr. Carney was able to be in the courthouse covering this case regardless of any of these witnesses in the stay-away order. The stay-away order was exempted from Mr. Carney's presence in the courtroom, rather, was accepted from the stay-away order.
Okay.
So this is done. This has been adjudicated. It's been adjudicated again, Your Honor, by Judge Pomeroy across the street in the district court. One of these people associated with Mr. Carney's detractors, Ms. Gattani, has taken up with the Commonwealth and sought charges and sought a restraining order against my client. And Judge Pomeroy recently, as recently, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, we were across the street, Your Honor, seeking to vacate the order under the doctrine of unclean hands because this plaintiff keeps trying to contact my client while under a restraining order. Putting that aside, the ruling in that matter, Judge, was another ruling in support of Mr. Carney's First Amendment rights. It was another ruling that said Mr. Carney was not subject to the restraining order in any court of the Commonwealth. And the reason we brought that motion, Your Honor, was because these same witnesses that the government here is, again, trying to advocate for their own personal issues, those same witnesses somehow took up with this plaintiff across the street, Ms. Gattani, brought her to court here in prior Reed proceedings to kick out Mr. Carney, because at the time she had an operative order against him. And Mr. Carney, to his credit, got up and left and got out of here. And that situation was what we addressed across the street with Judge Pomeroy. He agreed with us and said, you can go to court, you can cover this case. So number two, litigation number two, this has been established. Mr. Carney followed all proper channels. We worked with the SJC media office. He has a press pass. He's doing everything in accordance with all of the rules and regulations that are in place. He's been harassed, and we have it on video, by other so-called journalists on this case at the steps of the courthouse. And he just wants to be here. He doesn't want to be an issue in this case. He wants to sit here and cover the case. He's done his job. He wants to watch the trial unfold. And he has an absolute fundamental First Amendment right to do so within the confines of this courtroom and within the confines of time, place, and manner restrictions. He's followed everything, and he's here. We've gone through all of these hurdles, Your Honor, and Mr. Carney triumphed, as he should, because it's the First Amendment that needs to triumph here, not any particular person. And that's what he's doing. And there's absolutely no reason for the government to sneak behind my back to interfere with his First Amendment rights. It's outrageous. And on procedural grounds, I ask you to deny the motion for all of those reasons. And if the court has some hesitancy to do so with respect to these procedural issues, I ask that you set a date give me 7 days or so that I can properly respond to this motion on the merits of whatever's in these 6 pages of the motion that I haven't been able to look at. So thank you for hearing me, Your Honor.
All right, sure.
So, Chrissy, yes, he's using a tone, but he's not using it towards the judge necessarily, because he's not saying she did anything. I think she understands his angry tone is at the state for doing, yet again, what seems to be a very underhanded thing. But I have zero faith in this judge. Just from what I have seen, and I've not seen a lot of this trial, but what I saw before this trial, I have zero faith in this judge I don't know. It'll be interesting. I don't know that we'll get a ruling here, but if the state did not send it to him on the 8th and they sent it to the AP, that's pretty crappy. And they know it, but they also know they'll carry their water for him. They'll get away with it. And those two, I think, are those John O'Keefe's, is that John O'Keefe's brother in the light blue shirt? And then I don't know who the guy in like the navy blue shirt next to him, but they look like they want to jump over and throttle that attorney.
And you wanted a response to your question from Mr. Lally on why you were not served, but the Associated Press was served.
That's correct.
So if you talk about that in the procedural part of this, Mr. Lally.
Yes, Your Honor. Simply put, Mr. Bradle, neither Mr. Bradle nor Mr. Kearney are parties to the case. I can't presume that Mr. Bradle's representation on one criminal case is going to extend to a motion of which he would be at best a third party on a separate criminal case. We are required under the SJC rules to serve it upon the Associated Press, which we did.
So I think that's your record now, Mr. Bradle.
Thank you.
Okay, on the procedural issue. Okay. We have a jury out. I do want to address the merits of this as best we can. And Mr. Bradle, at the end of this hearing, whatever I end up doing, if you want to come back and readdress it when there's more time, depending on how I rule, I'll give you the opportunity to do so. But I have to get this trial moving at this point, one way or the other. So I'm going to hear the Commonwealth on their motion. Then I'll hear you, Mr. Bradle, to the extent that you can respond. Okay? All right. Mr. Lally, I'll hear you on your motion.
Your Honor, very shortly, very simply put, this is an instance in which the Commonwealth is not asking that Mr. Kearney not be allowed to cover the case or that he not be allowed to watch the trial. What we're requesting is a partial closure of one individual. And the legal standard for that is essentially a substantial reason. Substantial reason, Your Honor, being that Mr. Kearney has been indicted and has open cases for intimidating witnesses, specifically witnesses in this case. He has confirmed statements indicating publicly that his actions that he's taken in regard to those indictments were to prevent the case from ever going to trial and to intimidate those witnesses. Those witnesses will be called to testify in this case, and what the Commonwealth is simply requesting is that he be excluded physically from the courtroom, not excluded from watching the trial, not excluded from covering the trial, but excluded physically from the courtroom while those witnesses are testifying from the stand.
And the witnesses you told me have expressed concern. What do you say about that?
Yes, Your Honor. The witnesses have expressed concern. The Commonwealth is concerned as to his presence affecting their testimony or their ability to recall. And for all of those reasons, the Commonwealth would submit the administration of justice and the witnesses being able to testify, as well as the witnesses' own concerns are more than meet the test of the substantial reason for Mr. Kearney's exclusion during the course of their testimony.
Okay. Mr. Bradle?
Your Honor, the witness's concern has no legal materiality under the law. So the answer that I have is, so what? The witness's concern, where does that fit into the law here, Your Honor? This matter has been adjudicated twice. Mr. Carney has the right to speak on the case. He's gone through all the proper channels to be here. He is not in any way wants to or is trying to make any issue of his presence here. And he's just trying to cover the case as best he can. And this is just a personal vendetta that's been carried out by the Norfolk County DA's office against Mr. Carney. And, you know, this is where the court needs to hold the line on the First Amendment. You know, this witness intimidation statute, Your Honor, is an absolute abomination. It is going to be struck down. It's just a matter of time. And this is just a continuation of everything the special counsel's been doing to Mr. Carney. Now the office itself is doing it. There's no reason for this motion to be allowed, Your Honor. There's no discomfort exception to the First Amendment, Your Honor. There's been absolutely nothing advanced, especially on an emergency basis, which is, I assume, why this is being done with no notice. There's been no establishment of any emergency. There's been no conduct whatsoever on the part of Mr. Carney to justify this motion. And I did happen to see some reference to the Chesnut trial about published something to the effect of doxing a seated juror. That is false. Mr. Carney wrote a story on a juror after the jury was discharged. There's absolutely no prohibition or problem or issue with that. And it is absolutely protected conduct by the First Amendment. And it is not in any way a grounds for this court or the Commonwealth to assert any wrongdoing against him.
So I can assure you, I am not considering that incident in this. You all know I was the judge. I am not considering that experience in this motion.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything further, Mr.
Nothing
Bradle?
further. Thank you.
All right. So, Mr. Bradle, I agree with you that Mr. Kearney is certified by the Office of Public Information pursuant to SJC Rule 119, and that he has a right to be here today. He arrived timely, and that he is registered. I have honored that 119 registration today, and I will continue to honor that. However, my role in this case, Commonwealth versus Karen Reed, is to assure that the defendant's constitutional right to a fair trial are honored and upheld. And because of the chilling effect that Mr. Kearney's presence, I find, will have on the witness's testimony, I'm going to excuse him while the named witnesses in the Commonwealth's motion, Julie Nagel, Christopher Albert, Michael Proctor, Jennifer McCabe, Matthew McCabe, Brian Albert, and Yuri Buchanan. And the Commonwealth also today requested Nicole Albert because of the incidents that reportedly have been held at her home. I'm going to excuse him during all of that testimony.
Convenient. Through all of the Albert's testimony. That's convenient. Good job, Judge. Yeah, I have heard people compare the two, Gabby. It's pretty gross. And I have not, it surprises me that she didn't go further, that this judge didn't go further, but she went pretty far. Like, all of the people that you think are involved in this, we're not going to let you cover any of them. But he can cover it from outside of the courtroom, so it's not completely shutting him down. He just can't be in the courtroom. So, hey, y'all, just know he's still watching, and that's not going to have a chilling effect on you, right? Okay. I mean, it makes zero sense.
Now, in my media order, if you have it, I'm sure your client has it because they're handed out to the press. Under number 1, I say that anyone leaving the courtroom to the media during the trial proceedings may lose their seat and may not be permitted re-entry unless there is available seating. That will not happen to Mr. Kearney. I will not take away his seat today. For other witnesses who are not subject to this order, that seat will remain empty. No other person of the media will be able to take that seat in his absence. Okay?
Your Honor, one last thing, if I may, just came to me as I was standing here. Extension in same regard as to Nicole Albert for the address would be Brian Albert Jr., son of Brian and Nicole Albert, lives
All
at the
right.
same address.
It's for the same reason. So Brian Albert Jr. All right. So those are my findings, Mr. Bradel. It should give you enough to seek appellate action if you wish. Okay? All right. Thank you for being here. All right. All right. So I'll take a short recess. We can bring counsel back in and Ms. Reed.
I cannot stand her tone of voice. I couldn't watch this trial. Okay. Like, okay, you're okay, right? I just am going to screw somebody over right now, but you're okay with it? Okay. Ugh, gross. I would be punching the air if I tried to watch this trial every day. Yeah. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. And also, why can the state and the judge not say his last name right? It's Carney, not Kearney. I mean, his lawyer said it 100 times. And they're just like, Kearney, it's Kearney. It's not Kearney. Shut up. All right, well, now that I'm thoroughly annoyed. Yeah. Whew. Cardi B. What? What are you saying Cardi B for? Yeah. I don't know. It's what I was thinking too. Just to get under his skin. I don't know. That case, definitely we'll keep an eye on it because it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think so far, from what I've seen, and it's not a lot, but her attorneys seem to be doing a good job, and she does have good attorneys. So there is that. But yep, I can't handle that judge. I can't handle her at all. Uh-oh. I gotta get home. I will talk to you guys on Monday. So I have an email I need to take care of right now. Oh, that's good, Carmen. All right. Thanks for being here. I should be back Monday. Do my best. Life is fun. And Stormy is never, ever, 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 ever allowed to leave again. Ever. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Maybe, if I'm lucky.